Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. How are we all doing today? Hopefully you're doing good. It's good to see ya. We're back at it. A little bit later today. Apologies for starting 40 minutes later than we usually do. I had to take Rosie to a hospital appointment. She's got to have a wisdom teeth out. Like, she's got to go in for proper surgery because, like, they're impacted. And I wasn't actually supposed to be streaming today because I thought I was having to take my mom to an appointment as well, but she doesn't have to go to an appointment now, so it's just Rosie. So obviously, once I got all that sorted, good to go, but it meant starting a little bit later, and then I ran 10 minutes over anyway because, you know, I'm a terrible streamer, unprofessional. How are we doing anyway though, guys? Hopefully you're doing well. FYI, guys, I did upload a video earlier on. If you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. It's very much appreciated. Shout out to everybody who's been watching the videos recently, actually, as well. You guys are absolute legends, and I very much appreciate it. Hopefully, you all had a good weekend as well. And the week started good for you, also. Guys, if you haven't already, also, lots of alsos, drop a like on the stream. It's much appreciated. It helps out a lot as well. Yeah, we'll get this thing started. So, we're going to continue on with more of the story today, of course. We're going to do some more of Darknights Memoir as well, because I've been having a blast with that. So, I can't wait to get into more of that. Continue on with the MSQ as well. We're going to check out some stuff on the tubes also, regarding a little bit of Arknights stuff, actually. That'll be cool to jump into. We'll check out Supah's video and a couple of other little bits and pieces, and then we're just gonna get into it, man. We're just gonna get into it, you know what I mean? Hoping that I can get into the NTE beta as well, because unluckily I didn't get access, man. So yeah, it sucks to suck, I guess. So I'm having to watch along in Twitch streams like everybody else, because I think that gives you access, doesn't it? So I've got a Twitch stream up on my phone that's hopefully counting towards my view time, and I can get a drop, and maybe we can stream that later as well, hopefully. So, you know, unfortunately I'm not bored of Arknights, so I legally can't watch the video. How are we doing anyway though, man? What's going on, Virgo? Welcome to the stream. What's going on, Kneecap? What's going on, Minman? What's going on, Yazd? What's going on, fam? Welcome, Leo. Welcome to the stream. How are we doing? You might not be able to stick around to say, no worries, man, no worries. Appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you get what you need to get done. I'm liking Darknights Memoir so far. Again, do you know what? It emphasizes what the sort of stuff that I've been asking for in another particular game, which we won't go into too much. But it's the way the game operates in the grey a lot of the time. Well, sometimes not even in the grey, but in the black, you know what I mean? Rather than just being with the good guys all the time. You know, you start that off with, like, some pretty iffy characters to start off with, doing some pretty questionable stuff, right? I love that. I love that, man. I love that these quests, like the Doctor, literally just is... In this quest is about, but, you know, they're not exactly so important so far. In Granny and the Knight's Treasure, literally wasn't involved. It's great, man. I really, really, really like that. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of it. You know... I think a lot of games could benefit in the space, in the gacha space, of doing that now and again, you know, stepping away from the MC, you know, especially when you've got characters that are a little bit more, and even if they're not self-inserts that are quite vague characters, even if they're not, it's just nice to step away sometimes and see other stories, I think, where the main characters really don't play a massive part or a part at all. It just, especially with a game that, you know, games like this that are going to be running for years, right? It's a good thing, isn't it? So yeah, I've been really enjoying it, actually. Been really enjoying it. I'm in the need of at least 40 minutes worth of AK glazing to meet my daily quota. Yo, Rex, what's going on? What's going on, Arif? Welcome to the stream. I'm starting to, yes, we're trying to build them back up, man. We're trying to get back into the, we're trying to get back into the black on the credits, man. We're in the red at the moment. I'll be getting chased down by the bank soon. Yo, what's going on, Easy? Yeah, it was going to be an off day, because, today, I was supposed to take Rosie for an hospital appointment, and my mom as well. But my mom's not going to a hospital appointment today, so it was just taking Rosie. And like Rosie's appointment, they said it could take up to 2 hours, but it didn't. It was there like 10 minutes in the room, if that. Basically, she's got to have a wisdom teeth out, but like they're impacted. So like a wisdom teeth at the bottom of, like, they're on their side kind of thing. So they cause like a lot of pain. And then they make her gums inflame from time to time. So she's been waiting for ages to get it done. So she's got to have proper surgery. The dentist won't do it, so she had to get to the hospital for it. It seems Pixelon will fill 80% of my quota. Hey, I think I can potentially get you to 100%, actually, to be fair. A playable bastard. Yeah. You know, like, I think that's interesting, right? You know? I'm not tripping. You know, maybe everybody doesn't feel the same. I think it's just interesting to interact with characters sometimes that are not necessarily just the good guys. And even if, like, you do interact with characters that are the good guys, right? They're like, I like characters that are a nuance, you know. They might not always do the right thing, but sometimes you can understand it. Again, Reunion, perfect example of a good, I suppose, bad guys, you know. Characters do terrible things, but you understand the reasoning, you get it, you're like, damn, okay, I ain't saying what you're doing is right, but I kind of understand it, and I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. I think we lack that in a lot of games, you know. It's too much. And I'm not against a good versus evil storyline, right? I enjoy that, but, you know, mix it up, right? We've got to mix it up. Let me get some other tunes in the background here. Where are we? Let's just put that on. It's nice and quiet to say it the way. All right. Okay. How are we doing though, guys? We're doing good. We're doing good. I like that, though. A playable bastard. Yes. Perfect. My Kuro points are in the red. They are at the minute. We've got to go on a U official thing. I think we've got to go start touring, man. Building it up with the Kurobots. Just played IS2 again to see what the update was about. Forgot about things that might be spoilery, so I'm going to be vague. That dooms your run if you don't have any healer. What's going on? Kneecapped as well. I did say hi to you, didn't I? What's going on to one guy? Got to be careful about how much you're praising Arknights over your internet. True. That seems to be the case, doesn't it? Whenever I get a little bit too boisterous about any one game in particular, I seem to get hit. So we better watch that, actually. Soon Pixel's gonna put the U channel Wuthering Waves, right, dude? I'm gonna need to. Pixel Tree takes Woo out. Fucking right, man. How's it going as well, Renegade? Character death is what sells. Half the reason I'm not particularly interested in many Woo characters. Yeah. And like, look again, like say, I get it in a gacha game, you know, as long as you've got a decent story. The protagonists themselves can be kind of just a character that just rides along, right? I'm cool with that. And like everybody else being like the main show, that's fine as well. But I'm supposed to be told that, like, you know, they're the best in the space by so many people when they're really good at aura farming. Like the Rover's a sick aura farmer, but I don't think that makes a good character, right? It just makes sick moments. You know what I mean? I'd rather have characters that is in 24. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even if they are, like, make me want to believe it. You know what I mean? Give me something there. Even if they are, like, but again, over years, any notes boring, right? Whether a character's one way or the other. If you do it constantly, like, you know, because these are games that, you know, they're stretched over hopefully 4 or 5 years, right, or even longer. At that point, it's like, man, I'm even sick of this now because this character's like always being edgy, or they're always a goody two shoes, or they're always trying to be sarcastic, or they're just straight up comical evil, which is fun for a little bit, but 4 years later, okay, I'm over it now. Yo, Skybird, what's going on? I haven't, no, but I'm going to watch it, Skybird. Is this going to be a short stream? I don't think so, Paradigm. I don't have to pick Rosie up from work today because she's working from home. So, yeah, we're gonna just stream to a stream. I'm hoping, because I'm watching a stream on Twitch right now, hoping I can get access to the NTE beta so we can play that later, because I didn't get in. So I'm having to be down in the trenches, hoping that I can get a code, get access through Twitch. Because I think that's what it gives you. Yeah, it gives you. I didn't even check the drop, actually. I just assumed that's what it was. Let me just double check. It is access to the game, right? I think it's access to the game. Let me just double check here. Yeah, NTE test access drops. I've got 32%. Oh, it's a draw ticket, so that doesn't even give you... Oh, it's just a chance to get in, yeah. Shit. That sucks. Yeah, so maybe we won't be playing NTE at all then. Who knows? Who knows? The reaction of that one guy, oh yeah, it was a bad one. It was a bad one. You know, like I found myself disagreeing with dude a few times, right? And I found myself agreeing with him a few times. And I found myself being like, okay, I might agree in this video, but the tone's a little bit too much for me. I think dude's just been a little bit toxic now. But it is what it is, right? But that dude missed hard. Like, I think on pretty much every point, personally. You know, missed hard. A lot of things went over his head. I think some of it was just rage bait, but then other stuff, it was just a total misconception, right? You know, of what the whole video was about. The philosophical angles that were pointed out in that video, and really like focusing on things that, like, I guess could matter to some people, just didn't matter to the whole argument. Yeah, it was a dumb one. It was a dumb one for me. Character be good, but give me friction. Have people disagree, be challenged on their ideals. Agree. Still blame Dagger. Like chewing flavorless gum. Let's go. 24-hour streaming coming. We're finishing chapter 7 today. We need to finish the Darknights Memoir first, don't we? I found an interesting theory about Enfield. Linked it in your reacts, man. Oh, okay. All right, we'll have a look at that. Episode 7 today. Finally got to work on a new vid, but I'm getting a oh god, I hope you feel better soon then. Yeah, man, they're doing a fucking gacha gamba on the actual fucking drops, bro. Like, what the fuck? I suppose it's smart though, because maybe every 2 hours you get another ticket. I don't know if that's how it works. So like, if you lose, you continue hanging in the streams maybe, so it pumps up NTE in the directory. It's kind of smart if you think about it. Neo, what's going on, Squire? Welcome to the stream, sir. I don't understand why they decided to make the Arknights anime and Yosar pictures and not some Chinese video after watching Lord of the Mysteries. Gacha company got a gacha. True. Yeah, true. I respect the grind, honestly, I do. Again, I think it's smart, actually. It's smart, right? You know? Hey, why give you the drop after 2 hours and you just bounce out the category rather than make you interact with it over and over again, potentially? Well, if that's the case, I don't know if once you've lost, it's just, that's it, your chance is gone. I wouldn't imagine so. I would imagine they're going to try and keep you in. Yeah, I signed up pre-register, but got no email so far. Yeah, looks like same for me, dude. I've been lucky recently, so I suppose I can't be too mad. Pretty much every beta that I've signed up for, I've got into, but doesn't look like it this time, so sucks, but I guess, you know, my gamble look had to run out soon, right? Had to run out soon. So yeah, we're gonna go through a few things tonight. We're gonna check out a couple of videos actually. The Supah one from 3 days ago, Arknights biggest boobs as well, because I saw that from Plus Minus. So like, yes, we will watch that. We will be there. I did want to watch a video as well that was totally separate from gacha. It's a bit of a news one, but there was something in there that I was kind of curious about. Is Riot's empire crumbling? I think this is all obviously probably because of the Hightail situation that's going on. And yeah, I think in regards to videos, that's all I've got. But if you guys have got something React Smash, we will check those out as well. The developers of Blue Protocol asked me to react to their PV song, sorry, that they've uploaded to the channel. So we might do that as well. It's not sponsored or anything like that. They just asked me to do it, you know, like it's not a paid promotion or anything like that. They just said, you know, would you we've been watching your content, you know, we like the stuff you're doing, so like would you want to check it out and watch it? They did let me know before the video went up, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so we'll check that out as well. So hopefully there's some good tunes going on for a Blue Protocol as well, hopefully. Yeah, we're gonna watch a super video, Apollo. Yeah, I got dumped by my temporary Discord boyfriend yesterday because it was no longer Pride Month in Australia, his time, but it's no longer Pride Month my time, so I'm over it. Wait, is that good or bad? I'm so old you have to explain things like I'm in kindergarten. Mufasa, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are we doing? Hopefully you're all good though, guys. Hopefully we're all well. So yeah, do you guys know if there's anything going on in the game? It's been kind of quiet, which I suppose is good. It's good for us as players, right? But as a content creator, it's been kind of dry in the space, man. Can't some developers do some crazy shit that I can react to? You know, or make some news videos on. I'd appreciate that. All right, what's this here that you've sent? Oh, is this on Twitter, Renegade? What's this here? Oh, what's this? Let's have a look. This looks interesting. This looks interesting. This looks interesting. Hold up, whatever that does, enable itself. Wait for that to enable itself. Do you guys think these doors symbolize how many times Emin has been awakened to deal with the crisis? That's an interesting theory. I can't remember, you know, when we started, did we come through something like this, or did we just, like, touch down? I can't remember. That's an interesting theory, though. Because we are just woken up when needed, right? I like the idea of that. There's like a cyclical element to it all. Oh, man, I can't wait for the game. I can't wait for the game. Honestly, I can't wait. Alright, players are shilling the game mode if that's anything. I'm addicted to the new Dune Awakening. Oh, Apollo, I need to get it. I've been meaning to pick it up, man. I really want to get it. It's just, I'm just worried because, like, I need to dedicate a bit of time to it. But, like, obviously, we're streaming at the minute. I'm struggling to keep up with everything at the moment. I'm like, do I really want to be going into a survival MMO? You know? But then I'm like, I think I do, right? I think I do. Yo, what's going on, Rage? Welcome to the stream. New Super Cooks. Super Cooks in a lot of the videos, actually. Avatar, our theory. Brother, the game is in and out. Yeah, hey, look, man, you know, we're getting crumbs over here, bro. We got to eat them up, you know what I mean? We got to eat them up and savor them. Hopefully, we'll get some news all soon, right? Whether or not it's just footage from the test that's going to be running at these expos that are going to be all over the place, or we're getting an announcement of some sort. I think we're getting an announcement of some sort. I don't think it's going to be the game coming out. I think we're getting some. I think we're getting a new test. I think we're getting a new test. You know, it'd be the perfect time to announce it. End of this marketing phase of all of these expos. They're starting to ramp up news here and there, you know, little tidbits here and there. I think maybe we get some kind of PV on the Arknights Enfield YouTube channel, and hopefully some kind of beta announcement. I just can't let the man sleep. Honestly, I'm just waiting for the game to release so I can ignore all the Doom posting. Yeah, I just can't wait now. I'm just at that point where I'm just like, I really just want the game to drop, you know? I really just want the game to drop. I'm excited. I'm excited for the game, you know? And I'm sure whatever tweaks are made, right? I'm confident that Hypergryph are going to cook something up pretty good here. Well, I hope so anyway. All I know is that when I played the beta, fucking had a blast, right? And it's my most anticipated game, so, you know, we'll see. So it's no longer Pride Month, or no longer Goon to Mount, but instead Goon to Indra. Drama warning, Tober has some beef for Supah. Oh, does he? Okay. Hey, end of the day, ain't got shit to do with me, right? Ain't got shit to do with me. I don't really get involved with interpersonal relationships. Like, say, there's CCs argue with each other all the time, you know, about whatever. Doesn't really fuss me. Now and again, I'll dabble in when CCs are maybe going to other CCs, but it's usually over what they're saying about a game rather than them as a person, for me, because it's like, you know, if two people are PvPing over there, I'm like, why do I need to go in a third party, you know what I mean? But, yeah, hopefully those guys sort out whatever beef they've got then, if that's the case. I trust HG with every atom in my body. I don't know about that, but I definitely trust them. Just going to Mizuki or something, works in and out of Pride, looks male enough and female enough. Yeah, I like it, man. This is a interesting theory. Interesting theory. See what people have got to say on that at a later point then or something. Right, guys, I was going to have a look at the gacha revenue as well, you know, just because it's funny, but it doesn't seem like it's updated yet. At least we haven't got June on yet, right? I would have thought we would have. I thought we would have got it yesterday, or at least some point today, maybe, right? So, yeah, we'll have a look at some other stuff as well, because apparently people are saying that, like, overall, according to AppMagic, numbers seem lower than usual, which I was trying to have a look at. So we can have a look at the AppMagic numbers as well, because, yeah, why not, right? Why not, right? Why not? We'll have a little look, and then, like I say, we've got a couple of videos to check out in regards to Arknights. Thought it'd be cool. You bet on chapter 7 to see how far I go, yeah? See, like, where is it where you have to eat to, Amia? Right? Because, like I say, we'll obviously do that, and then if we can continue E1, we'll do, because what I want to try and do today as well, potentially, is maybe start to expand the roster a little bit, maybe horizontally invest just a little bit, to see if we can attempt to, you know, fill in some roles that we don't quite succeed at, or you know, excel at the moment. See if we can help out a little bit there. And chapter 8 is he? See the end of chapter 8, right? Okay. Right then, so yeah, I'd rather watch toy sharing than scissoring. It's important to share. It's like doing civic duties as humans. Okay. You bet chapter 7 boss is where I'm going to be steamrolled, yeah? Okay, alright. Red stages in chapter 7 are very challenging, so good luck. What's going on, Blue? Welcome to the stream. So, right, alright. Let's have a look at these then. Just a quick little look. We got the top grossing revenue, according to @Magic, from June 2025. And obviously, we can tell, obviously, these numbers are all like estimates. We know that for a fact, but let's just have a look. It's fun, right? It's just a little bit of fun. It's not too big of a deal. We can see Honor of Kings here, top with Whiteout Survival, Last War Survival, Royal Match, Monopoly Go, Candy Crush Saga, still killing it. PUBG just does insane numbers still, yeah. Pokemon Go is still doing ridiculous numbers as well. Pokemon TCG, Coin Master, Genshin Impact, here, Roblox, doing insane numbers still. Ridiculous. My niece plays Roblox, man. Well, I don't think she really plays it that much anymore, but like, kids love Roblox, right? Seems like it's full of children and nonsense, yeah, Roblox is. A little bit like Minecraft, I guess, yeah. Saying that, hey, look, you know, I'm just saying, well, Minecraft CCs, should we say? Minecraft CCs, right? We got to separate the two, right? It's one thing when you play Minecraft, okay? It's one thing when you start making content on it, then it's like, whoa, okay, all right. So, according to this here, we got London Deep Space, Zenless, Wuthering Waves, all around 20 mil. Obviously, we know these numbers are off by something here, because they're all at 20 mil. These are just like, they're rounding them to the nearest whatever. So, it seems like Love and Deep Space only doing 20 in June worldwide. That's a drop, isn't it? What was it last month, apparently? 60 mil last time. Hold up, guys. I think somebody's at my door. No, it's just Rosie being loud in the kitchen. At least she knows a place, though. At least she knows a place, but she's been a bit loud. We're going to sort her out, you know what I mean? A little quick 1-2 to the ribs. That didn't happen. So, yeah, obviously, you can see these games are all kind of in a similar space, which is kind of makes sense, yeah, because, like, Wiwer and Genshin kind of seem to, like, you know, they do similar sort of numbers, right? Well, saying that, Wuthering Waves did, like, more than twice the numbers last month, so that's interesting. Look at that up here. Arknights doing 33 milli. 33 milli. Star Rail. Yeah, these numbers are bullshit, bro. These numbers are bullshit. We need to wait for the gacha revenue update, because, yeah, these @Magic numbers are bullshit. I ain't even going to read any more of that, because those numbers are miles off. Miles off. They're miles off, guys. Yeah, but apparently the sensor numbers seem to be lower than normal, apparently. Look at all those high numbers and people still feel the need to defend these greedy... Right, dude, it's like, bro, you know, people out here acting like, man, oh, you know, if they gave away a character on an anniversary, how are they supposed to pay the bills? It's like, what? Okay. Yeah, I imagine so, yeah, that one guy, because, haven't they just had, like, a spending event? They've got, like, was it the, Isn't it the Fight collab or something at the minute? God, this guy's that fucking bullshit ad where a baby freezing turned out to be a big hit. Yo, what's going on, Dustin? I imagine a certain stage of drones is going to take you raw in chapter 8. I'm going to get my cheeks spread, am I? Am I going to get my cheeks spread? So yeah, we can have a little look at this in a little bit, but shall we dive into is this the latest video from Supah, is it? Is it the latest video? I'm assuming so. It's 3 days ago, but I don't know if he's put out one since. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, then. All right. Apparently, I've watched it, so I guess,
This video is sponsored.
I guess, yeah. Do you know what, though? I swear, sometimes, you know, when I watch one of these videos in React, yeah, and I'm like, I say something, and then the person in the video says it like 2 seconds later. I'm like, dude, how did I? And then, like, I think, you know what? I'm like, man, I wonder if sometimes when my watch later playlist is playing, right? You know, at night, and I'm in bed, I'm taking it all in. So really, I'm just parroting what they're saying. You know? It's not even my own opinion anymore. You know what I mean? All right, then. Let's check this one out then. Let's check this one out then, guys. Because we like a bit of Supah. We like a bit of Supah here on the channel. How Arknights is still the best gacha game 7 years later. In-depth analysis, and he says on the thumbnail why power creep isn't a bad thing. Now, I don't know if he's going to literally go into that conversation, but I've spoke about this before. Power creep is one of those things where it's all about time and how quickly older units become obsolete, and it also depends on the game as well and how power creep is actually affecting the game, right? Because you've got like direct power creep, and then you've kind of got like, I guess, indirect power creep, where you can have characters that are actually becoming more powerful, but nothing gets made obsolete because the end game and the content itself doesn't go up with the units that are more powerful. And then you have the content that does, and then older units can potentially become obsolete. But at the same time, it's all about the speed that it happens. How quick does that happen? Because I do believe that a slight little increase in power over time to keep the game spicy, to keep things interesting, is a good thing. But it's how you then bring older stuff back into the meta, and, you know, keep the game fresh, basically, right? Without it being a problem, you know, without turning into a Star Rail or a Tower of Fantasy kind of situation where you're having huge jumps in power creep. That's just not fun for everybody. And it's never fun that when you've just pulled on a unit, that within a couple of banners, that unit's now kind of obsolete. That sucks. But anyway, how Arknights is still the best gacha game. Let's see what he's got to say, because I've got to admit, at the minute, it is actually my favourite gacha game. It's took number one spot. It's really good, man. For all the other reasons that I've said before, which we'll maybe go into as we watch the video. But let's get into it anyway, guys. New video from Supah. Let's go.
This video is sponsored by you and Living Shad's squadron of 500 goons. Links to support the channel are in the description, along with the Discord.
That's a lot of goons, man.
Hello there, Arknights' most hated YouTuber here. Once again reminding you that indeed I like the Chinese mobile game known as Arknights. I was in DMs with Cookie Kaze the other day. You know, just the two of us, super romantic.
I was going to say, what's going on in them DMs then, bro? He just slid into his DMs like that.
And
okay,
he goes,
all right. Casual flex. All right, I see ya.
So you actually really like Arknights genuinely? Yes? Damn, that's crazy to hear. What do you...
Cookie was like, just to let you know, I hate the game. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I can't be exposed.
You mean? In any case, I do believe Arknights to be the best gacha game on the market currently. Okay. And it's not even close. Especially when...
Now, obviously, I can't say it's not even close because, again, I haven't played every single gacha game, right? But out of all the gacha games that I've played, I think it just offers something that the other games don't, right? And a lot of that does come down to the strategy. I guess, like, you know, you can understand why people like Tober are worried about going away from that sort of stuff, because it's such a good thing in Arknights. And again, it has become my favourite game. Wuthering Waves was up until recently. And that's not because Wuthering Waves has all of a sudden got bad. It's just because, like, I found Arknights. And the weird thing is, I don't even like tower defense games, yet the game's become my favourite game out of the variety of content, the fresh content that they keep adding, the well-designed maps and mechanics in the maps, the variety in how you can take on stages, the strategic planning element of the game. It's all so vibrant and so well done. And then you've got an insanely good story, really good characters, nuanced, deep, a lot of characters operating in the grey. They actually have interesting arcs to them, interesting backstories, And then not to mention the just absolutely ridiculous amount of quality music as well.
When games like Star Rail keep repeatedly swan diving off a cliff like that one Wolverine comic. Now, sure, there are plenty of reasons why Arknights is still going strong 7 years and like 100 plagiarism controversies later. The story is great, the world building is the best in the genre.
Yeah, I forgot that as well. Yeah, world building is probably the best in the space, right? Obviously, I haven't played everything, so I can't say that for a fact. But out of the stuff I've played, there's some games that have got amazing worlds, right? But they don't take advantage of the world to the degree that Arknights does, right? I haven't seen anything like it in this space. It's like, to me, it's on that sort of like fantasy sci-fi world building. I don't mean just the genre itself. I mean, you know, when you're thinking about things like now, I'm not comparing it to things like Lord of the Rings so much, but you know that sort of level of world building where the world itself is really important to the people who make the game. It's not just this little thing that just exists there for the main character to kind of like flex through, basically.
The character designs don't look like they were ripped straight from a game you'd find on Nutaku. And the game keeps...
Hey, look, I'll have no ZZZ slander here. That was ZZZ right, I saw in the middle then. It was too quick for me, but we'll have no ZZZ slander here.
Inventing itself with
He's not wrong, but
modes,
still.
new ideas, just constantly trying.
Yeah, this was fun, this
something
was.
different to varying success, but at least it tries.
Thank you, exactly. This is what I've said. This is one thing I've got to respect Tower of Fantasy for, and I hope that NTE does, right, is the experimentation, you know, trying new things. End of the day, when you're trying new stuff, right, and you're pushing the boundaries, not everything's going to work, right? Not everything is going to be a success from the community. But it's that constant adaptation and opportunity for the players to try something new. They keep pushing the boundaries, and I like to see that. You know, again, we're talking 6 years down the line, and we're still seeing fresh content. Now, for me, everything's fresh, right? Because I'm new to the game, but obviously there's veterans coming to me and saying, yeah, the game's still fresh in that regard, and I think that's a massive massive pointer to real good game design, right? And devs actually caring about what they do, and fundamentally a core game design that's designed in such a way that it allows for that also, right? You know, allows for that variety and that constant push of the design in the game as well.
And there is merit in that in itself. All of that definitely helps, but I think there is one bigger, more important and all-encompassing reason why Arknights is still thriving 7 years later.
Okay.
Arknights is a sandbox game. No,
okay.
Really, I'm being fully serious with this statement.
I want to hear the logic here. Alright, okay. That's a base take that I want to see where this is heading.
This is not a new idea. People have been low-key saying this since around year 2. The certified Arknighters have felt it, talked around it, and played like it's true. But no one's ever sat down to unpack why
we're talking about variety of
Arknights
play styles here.
like a sandbox game in its current state. You may think that treating Arknights as a sandbox is something that is only truly accessible as a veteran, once you have settled with good units and can go build something more noteworthy at night. However, that's not truly the case.
Okay.
Whoa, hold your horses there, Supah. Calm down.
This is editing Supah.
Supah from the future here. I want to specify something about this video. This is not a guide. This video is not telling you how you should be playing Arknights. First of all, because it's contradictory to the entire point.
Yep. You know, there kind of is no wrong way, right? You know, the amount of times I've been told by people, that ain't gonna work. Manage to make it work, right? And then that doesn't mean that, like, oh, I'm doing something special. It's the game, right? It's the game allowing that variety and that unique ways of playing the game. I've said this before about most of the other gacha games, right? You can usually tweak things a little bit. You'll have the best in slot teams, you'll have the meta teams, and then you can kind of maybe, if you're really good at a game that's got skill expression, you can use maybe not so good units, but you're typically doing the same thing for all the content, right? It's usually the same rotations, the same skills, the same combos, the same sort of thing. You're approaching each boss fight, each end game fight in the same way, but just with different units, right? And using their skills, how they work. In Arknights, it's totally different, man. When you're using a totally different squad in units, you're playing the game in an entirely different way. And again, it's its biggest strength. It's its biggest strength. It really
of
is.
the fucking video if I did that. And second, because the dark truth is that to truly treat Arknights as a sandbox, you need to be kinda good at the game.
Okay.
Which is not something that newcomers are. Unless you're a
Hey, you know, unless, hey, just gonna say it, right? No, I'm joking.
prodigy,
I'm not even gonna finish that sentence.
You're not gonna have the skill to make use of what I explain in this video.
Okay.
This video is more of a discussion of the nature of Arknights, not a guide.
We're going to be talking about like rarity, nickel nice niche, that sort of stuff.
Ask who are the best units, especially if
Fair.
you come from other gachas.
Right, yeah.
Arknights never truly punishes you for choosing unoptimal goofy goobers. I had one guy in my comment section tell the tale of how they basically bricked their original account years ago by building and investing everything into Glaucus, only to find she's quite underwhelming. But really, especially early on, you can get by even with such mid-ass operators as
The thing is though,
Glaucus.
with bricking your account in games, really, these sort of games, it's not really bricking your account. It's like a temporary thing. Oh, you've burnt all your mats. Okay, looks like you've got some bullshit to be doing for a while then. You know, you've slowed your progress down potentially, right? You know, you hear that a lot of the time, like, this will brick your account if you do that. It's like, it won't really, though. It's just going to make things a little bit harder for you for a while until you maybe get something that's potentially a bit more meta again. And again, Arknights, that's not a thing that's exacerbated in this game as it might be in other games as well.
So, am I saying this guy had a huge skill issue? Kind of. Of course, as a new player, you won't
Can't damage my account if I don't have any E2s. Fact.
exactly be familiar enough with the game's systems to immediately make use of Arknights' sandbox properties.
Okay.
But if you, as a veteran, make a new account right now, you will notice it immediately. You can truly use whoever you want out the gate. In fact, as these new players
I'd say that's probably true, but I would say there's probably a contingent of the player base as well, depending on how they've built their accounts over the years, that might still have issues starting again, because I think there obviously is, and people have said this to me as well in chat also and in my comments, you know, because they've got like really good units over the years. And I know this game, you don't have to have the really good units to clear content and to play how you want to play, because you can play how you want to play. But they've got into like a kind of playing, because they can kind of steamroll quite a lot of stuff, not everything, that maybe going back and being incredibly restricted like that, it's like, damn man, shit, I've lost some wrinkles in the brain here, you know what I mean? Because I've been so used to a particular type of way, which I think, because of the way Arknights works, you have to think about what you're doing, rather than like a game where, like, I don't know, let's say Wuthering Waves, where you're playing off a skill expression and reaction, where if you've played the game for a while, it's all muscle memory, right? So you'll go back on a new account and you'll be in a lot better place to advance yourself, right? Whereas something like this, because it's strategy, and you'll build your strategy around the teams you've got. When you've got really good teams, then going back to having poor teams, you're like, oh shit, I've forgot how to attack the game in this regard, if you know what I mean.
grow more and more familiar with the game, you can see them finding their own playstyle and leaning into the sandbox aspects of Arknights.
I suppose that's why people do really like, as you say, integrated strategies, right?
Looking over their experiences that they so kindly
Bro, he's saving his
document
crew
on YouTube, they vary in operator choice, approach, and playstyle wildly.
She reads the story between stages.
How does Arknights do it? I want to preface the entire rest of this video by saying I don't think Arknights is a sandbox on purpose.
Okay.
It feels more so a consequence of its game design. Being
that might be fair.
a sandbox happened to Arknights. There's two main reasons. For one, Arknights is made in such a way where the game can present a near unlimited amount of problems by tweaking the enemies, their mechanics, the topography of the stages, the tiles on those stages, and the event mechanics.
Yeah, the mechanics are a major part as well, yeah.
It allows the developers to keep making shit up, and in turn, keep making up varied solutions to the vast array of...
I do think that's probably fair, though. I do think when this game actually came out, right, of course, they probably wanted to think about longevity, but I think, especially going back to 2019, 2020, right, and I think even now, there's probably a lot of these games thinking, you know, if we can get down to 2 years, we've done a really good job, you know, if you survive that long, right, especially when you're a starting up company, kind of how, like, Hypergryph were then, that, you know, they weren't what they are now. So they're making decisions differently now because they're looking at that longevity and reoccurring income. The game probably wasn't designed in that way. Now, of course, they wanted it to have that potential, but it was probably just like, you know, designed in such a way. And then with the adaptation and development over the years of, you know, employing the right people in the right places, I guess, with really good game design chops, as you know, has brought us to where we are right now. I bet most of the people involved would never have expected it, and I don't mean just in terms of its success to be what it is today, but to have become what it is and have this this variety that it's got now. You know what I mean?
Problems the game naturally lends itself to.
Yeah.
In simpler words, Arknights avoids being a numbers game. Most of the time, anyway. And in turn, this means that way older units, technically power crept into oblivion, can still see use for the one unique thing they bring to the table, or unique attributes exclusive to them. The second reason is the 12-unit squad system, and truthfully, this is the true game changer. Unlike other gacha games that limit you to 3 or 4 units, Arknights' generous team size gives you room to experiment and get creative, to build around themes or personal preferences, wink wink, nudge nudge.
True. Do you know what? You know, when I first heard, because how many units are in this game now? It's like 300 plus, yeah. When I first heard that number, I was like, ooh. Instantly my brain went to thinking that's probably a negative, because I was thinking if there's that many, the power creep's got to have been ridiculous, right? It's got to have been insane, and there's got to be so many of those units, which I know there's probably units, obviously there's going to be better units than other units, right? But I was just like, man, there's got to be such a massive portion of that that's just not useful at all, and you're really going to be chasing such a finite group of characters to actually really enjoy the game. And I was just so fucking wrong about the entire thing, really. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously I know there's a meta and I know there's a scale in the characters, but it's all just like, you know, something that you can just bob and weave around for the most part in the game, and I think it makes it feel really good, man.
Unlike the other
350 plus, I think.
casinos,
creeping up to 400.
Every single
Damn.
squad slot counts, in Arknights the power of each singular squad slot is very minimal in most circumstances. Most stages can be cleared with just 3 or 4 well-chosen operators. In other words, the optimal strategies
Okay, all right, yeah. I'm feeling disrespected by this clip here in the background, this B-roll. We're not even going to talk about it. Okay?
leave a
We're not even
lot
going
of
to talk
the
about it.
sword empty. In other words, you have an outrageous amount of wiggle room to do whatever it is you want to do. Arknights stages prioritize broad strategic concepts over optimization, as long as you understand the core necessities of that specific stage.
I think we might have to make a 30-minute hate video just for that B-roll, bro. Just for that B-roll, you know? That was equivalent to he killed his teammate in the co-op mode kind of moment. That was there. Now I need to just I need to be going off now. Like, bro, that hurt.
Like needing a lane holder or one enemy that needs to be vaporized post-haste. How you fulfill those broad strategies is completely up to you.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, before you bring it up, some events like Portatore dei Velluti basically force-fed you are.
Bro was streaming at 720p. When was this? Was this the recent one that he was streaming at 720p? It's good to see you step your game up, bro. 720p, damn, bro. And people stopped streaming at 720p like fucking 8 years ago.
But those are edge cases, and even then, as long as you bring Arturia, you can literally randomize the rest of your team and still beat those stages. I feel like the randomizer streams I do really prove my point here. As long as you understand what broad thing.
That's a cool thing to do, actually, especially if you've got a well-built out account. Yeah, you know, with lots of units, well-built, you know, like invested in, you know, you've got time in the game as well. A randomizer, that sounds really fun, actually, that does. That is actually a really cool thing. I like that.
The stage wants out of you, or you guarantee Arturia, you can literally randomize your team and still win, even in the most demanding stages. And
I used to love doing like randomizer stuff for like, you know, COD back in the day. Do you remember? We used to do, well, people who've been around, well, like, we used to do Call of Duty randomizer streams and stuff like that, where like, you know, the class would be all selected out. Like when, especially when they had like the pick 10 systems and stuff, and you go to a randomizer site and it'd just give you the class and we'd have to play that class. I really enjoyed doing that, actually.
on the line of Arturia, Arknights is filled to the fucking brim with power creep lately, isn't it?
Hypergryph is kind of cool, actually.
There you go.
In
That's my
Arknights.
controversial statement for the video. Think about it. I don't just mean Wishadel or Logos. Monstre, Exia Alter, Lemwen, and Tragodia represent clear cases of.
Yeah, you could see that. We could see that they were all incredibly powerful units, yeah. And I definitely want to be getting a, what's her name, Lemon. Like, I think she looks so much fun. To be fair, they all do, man. You know, they all do.
The power creep in action.
I can't wait for the
They're stronger,
the Annie content.
more useful, and immensely more versatile than anyone before them. Tragodia lets you bend enemy pathing to your will, and Exia Alter has more viable niches in just skill tree than the entire 5-star rarity combined. But it's not just them. Ever since Wishadel,
More 5-star
every
slander.
new 6-star has been an upgraded version of some operator before them, be it another 6-star or not. And yet, the community is generally fine with it.
Okay.
Of course, a few people will.
The thing is, though, again, obviously, I haven't got to some of the later content, so I can't exactly speak on this. But I'm just going to throw in my idea from where I gather. Right, again, does this go back to how I said you've got direct power creep and ambient power creep, right? You can have units that can be exceptionally more powerful than a previous unit, but it really doesn't matter if the content is still clearable by other stuff. Right now, granted, it might be easier, you know, number go brr, you clear content quicker. But if all the other stuff, or at least a good portion of the other stuff, can still clear the content, then does that power creep even exist in a way? You know, it does, but you know what I mean. Technically, you're not getting power creep out of the game in a sense, right? Because the content itself isn't reacting to the power creep. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but I'm just saying if it is, then, you know, again, and that goes for any game, really. That goes for any game. It really doesn't matter if a unit comes in and is insanely powerful. If it's just like, oh, okay, so you'll clear that stage, I don't know, 30% quicker than the other units. The other units still all clear it. It's when the content starts to react to it, then, yeah, you know, and that content then is like, oh, so if I don't have that unit, this is going to become either very hard, potentially unclearable, or just unfun, you know? Kind of like what you get in like Star Rail, you know, where it's a game of haves and have-nots. If you don't have, it's a rough time, right? Where, like, you know, a positive in another game, something like Wuthering Waves. Now, there's definitely characters that are better than older units, right? Not massively, but you're still going to be clearing the content if you've invested into old units, right? So it really kind of doesn't matter, even if you have a character that jumps up massively over previous units.
Complain, but the general consensus is that these units are.
This is the point people say later. Pre-watch. Okay, I've definitely watched this in my sleep then, yeah.
Exist in the game. Compare to a game like HSR, and the difference in the community's reaction to power creep is quite drastic. So, let's answer one question. Why is power creep bad in the first place? Well, power creep is bad because the game catches up to the power level of the new units.
Okay, he's literally going into it then. Okay.
Older units become obsoleted and difficult to use in newer content. And said newer content feels as if it revolves around the new units. Effectively punishing the player for not having those new options. To be blunt, this doesn't happen in Arknights. The game is very...
Alright then, so my assumptions are good then. Again, I don't know that because obviously I'm not at the end of the content. I'm new to the game. That's good to hear then. Again, and then it really doesn't matter if these units are fucking insanely powerful, right? It's just do you want to, like, maybe just steamroll some content? Do you want to have fun stuff on screen that's just lamping a stage? Then pull this unit. If not, hey, you're still going to have fun, right?
Uninterested in catching up to new operator power level. Yes, the game has gotten harder over time, but nowhere even in the same hemisphere as the new.
And I think with a game like Arknights, it needs to get more difficult, right? Now, obviously, as you get more efficient at the game and you get better at the game, you want more difficult content. There's a reason for hard content in games. As you become more progressive in your skill and your account, you need more difficult content, right? But a game like this, because it's based around, it's not like, obviously there is, like, you know, timing and stuff in this game and all that sort of stuff, which is definitely a skill. It's all about planning, right? It's all about planning, strategizing. So the better you become at that, the game has to, like, get harder in different ways, right? With smart design, rather than just like, all right, then we're just going to put this enemy in that hits super hard and has super high health. And I'm not saying that sort of stuff's not there, but like the stage itself in its layout, the mechanics and the mechanics of the enemies as well are really important in increasing that difficulty, because it's like, right, now I've got to think my way out of this. And again, it's why I say I like being E1 still at the moment, and I'll love being E2 because I know it won't make me steamroll the game, but it just adds that extra level of like, man, I've got to really think my way out of the problem I'm in here, and I really like that.
6 stars. So the new units become tools that you have to consciously include in your squad. What this means is that older operators remain viable. They can still clear modern content with varying amounts of effort, and some of them have unique niches not fulfilled by the new units.
True.
So, the elephant in the room. What about Wishadel? I think she's cool. I'm sorry. Hear me out. A lot of people in the Arknights Mental Institute, disguised as a fandom, will joke that Wishadel is an accessibility option, but
What was that there? So thankful for Arknights after so long getting such good accessibility options. I can now clear any stage without using my brains or my arms.
But
What the fuck was that name?
yeah, completely unironically, that's what she is. No, I'm not fucking with you.
Okay, alright, we're getting into it now. We're getting into the weeds now.
Bear with me here. There is no content in the game that requires Wishadel, or even any content that suggests Wishadel. If you bring Walter, that's because you chose to use her to make things easier on yourself. In a way, she is an easy mode, but one that is entirely opt-in. And honestly, that's a good thing. There I go.
It is when you think about it, because there's some people who want to, like, you know, they want to enjoy the game, but they don't want to have to really, well, think about it, right? They don't have to struggle, so they'll want to be able to spend money to get a uni that makes things easier. Now, there's a whole reason gacha games exist, right? There's a whole reason copies exist in most games, where you won't only just get massive increases in stats, you'll get new parts of a kit become applicable to the game. Because obviously, you spend a little bit more money, the game can become a little bit easier for you. You can do big numbers, you can clear content faster, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why, like, having incredibly powerful units in a game isn't a problem, as long as everybody else can clear the content, right? And the content is clearable, because then it's just a choice then. And if you're using that unit all the time and moaning that, like, oh, well, the game's not fun anymore, so we'll just stop using the unit, right? If you want to continue to do that. Yeah.
As far as to say, maybe Wishadel should exist in this game. Accessibility in games is never a bad idea.
True.
Having an easy mode is not a bad thing, despite what the Souls-like fans that Shower wants.
I don't know what I really think. I don't care about it really, because I don't really play Souls games that much. But I do get the argument where Souls people come from, where, you know, because that is a thing where accessibility over identity, I do think that's a fair conversation. But at the same time, I'm like, it's not that deep. It doesn't affect you. If you don't choose it, you don't have to engage with that content. So it really doesn't affect you at the same time, you know what I mean? If you think that's a problem for it to be in the game, just don't use it for yourself. It's a single player game, right? If somebody else is having fun over there just clapping up content, hey, you can still enjoy the game how you think it was intended to be enjoyed, right? You know.
A week will tell you. Wishadel gives newer
Souls difficulty is always set to fuck you, right?
A way into the game, without taking anything away from those that want to play normally, for a lack of a better word. People say that Wishadel made the game worse, but I really don't see how. If you don't want to...
So, like, yeah, question. Has the game fundamentally changed the way things are designed since Wishadel came out? Because obviously I don't know. I'm asking you guys that, right? Because obviously we're in the statement here, and I've heard this before, and I'm starting to see that as I get further into game. The game really is designed in a way that, you know, there's a lot of options to clearing content, right? You can use some pretty low rarity, low star characters and still clear content. Now, granted, I'm earlier in the game, right? But fundamentally, no. See, like, well then how has it made the game worse, right? You know? It's like, if the game hasn't changed to adapt to Wishadel, then she hasn't made the game worse. You're just, I don't know. Is it more frustration that you've got a unit that you don't want to use, but you kind of want to use because it's a cool looking unit, but it makes the game not play like a certain way? Then it's like, all right, just don't even pull on that unit, or just stop using that unit now, which I guess I can see a little bit of frustration there of like, oh, I pulled on the unit, I want to use it, but you know, it's there again, as he says, like as a thing for somebody who might be struggling genuinely with the content, or might just want to be like, you know what, I want this as a steamroll thing, and new events come out, I'm not too interested, let me steamroll it. Maybe not co-op, right? Maybe not co-op, but even if you want to do that, you want to do that. But like, you know, there's an event that you might just want to steam through. It is good to have units like that where, you know what, I can just clear this in 20% of the time, 30% of the time, 50% of the time. I think those options are great.
User, you can not user. Arknights is quite possibly the only gacha game where you can skip the best unit in the game and your experience won't be impacted very much.
I'd argue it's even better almost, honestly.
Wishadel. Unless it's
that's a personal point, but you know,
that shit is bullshit. But you might say, if these units are so broken, why wouldn't you just use Wishadel in every single stage? In this environment, there is no reason to ever not use Wishadel and the other super meta operators. And that is correct, that's just plain true. Arknights simply does not give you a reason to ever not use the meta.
Well, that's just on the player, right? That's just on the player. The game isn't going to hold your hand in that regard. It's just like, are you having less fun with this? Stop the unit then. Are you still having fun with the unit? Keep the unit then. You know? Like, obviously I've got Lappy Ulta. She's a really good unit, yeah, but I've got a kind of weak squad. So she, at the mini, she doesn't feel like she, is hand-holding me really. She's been clutching some stages, right? You know, but recently, Ascalon's been one of my favourite. I'm so glad I got Ascalon. But, yeah, it's up to you, right? The game doesn't even need to tell you that. The game's telling you that, boy, when you may be steamrolling content and you're losing a little bit of enjoyment. That's the game saying, hey, you know, or the voice at the back of your head at least saying, maybe let's switch it out.
All the time. Nothing stops you from getting 12 level 96 stars and annihilating the entire game. But if you do that, you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
In the same way that...
So basically, if you're going to do it, shut the fuck up bitching about it, basically. You're doing it to yourself.
Incentivizes you to not always use the meta. It also doesn't incentivize you to use it. Like everything else in Arknights, like in a sandbox game, it's all ultimately player-driven.
Okay, I'm here for the logic now. When he started speaking about this sandbox shit, yeah, I was like, I don't bet this one, Chief. But I get the logic, right? I like it. Who's cooked up here?
You press, as it turns out. If you break the game, that was you doing that because you wanted to. If you play Niche Nights, if you use your waifu in every stage, if you get those dog shit 5 stars from literally the previous video and still win, that's because you wanted to, and because Arknights lends itself to you doing that. Yes, 5 stars are completely, utterly not worth it to ever build in 90% of cases. But you can do it and still thrive if you do so. The game
really is, obviously, depending on how you play, and you have to cater how you play to the units you're using, but it really is a game of, is this fun? Do you like this uni? Use it then, you know? Even if you've got kind of a probably kind of weak unit, you can always be like, okay, I really like this uni, They're not a great uni. Oh, let me bolster it up by bringing in another unit that's a little bit, you know, it balances the scale out because they're a little bit better. So, you know, it kind of equals things out. And I think that's the beauty of it as well, right? It really is.
A box of tools and throws you to the wolves. Turns out the 5 stars are good enough. So why even make that video? Why
Silver Gun back to beat the game with only 4 stars.
My whole goddamn channel around the Arknights meta if the entire reason I think Arknights is so great proves that the meta fundamentally doesn't matter in this game? Well, in just the same way that the game allows for niche nights and to make your own fun, I have fun by playing the meta and discussing it. I made my own fun. And that's what the game is all about.
That's what games are all about, right?
Max out your gummy. Bye.
That's what games are all about and should be about, right? It's just going in to show off the sponsors now. Great video as always. Yeah, I've really grown to quite like Supah's content. At first I was like, who's this Italian geezer here? But I really like him. I think he's got some interesting takes. And yeah, it's entertaining content as well. Well put together content as well. Dude knows how to cook up a video, right? Really knows how to cook up a video. Guys, if you haven't checked out Supah, go show some love. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything he said in this video. It's all bang on, right? You know, I've said this stuff about what's it as well. Hey, yo, what's going on, Supah? Yeah, just as we ended, buddy, just as we ended. Great video though, by the way, as well. But yeah, guys, yeah, I've said this before. Obviously, being new to the game, this is one of my my first takes, not a hot take. My first takes on the game was that freedom, right? You know, the controls kind of pushed over to the player. You really can play the game in a variety of ways that like is seldom seen in this space, right? Is seldom seen in this space. Games really try to cater you to go in a particular path because obviously new banners are really important. You just don't really get that in Arknights, right? And it's great. It's great, and it's a thing that I would hope we get in Enfield, and more games definitely need to do this. Again, it's there's a reason it's become my favorite gacha game, right? There's a reason it's become my favorite gacha game. And it's overtook Wuthering Waves now as my #1 spot. And again, I think perfect point. I don't like tower defense games, you know. I don't like tower defense games, and here I am. My favorite gacha game at the minute is Arknights, so I think that's you know, a perfect point to end on. Anyway, guys, go check out Supah if you haven't. I know pretty much everybody in my chat knows Supah. If you don't, go subscribe. Great content, and yeah, I really enjoy his content as well. So go show some love. Go show some love. But yeah, guys, great video. What's going on as well, Supah? You killed it, man. I enjoyed that video. What's going on, Sorosaki? Welcome to the video. Noob, hello. I don't think I've said hello to you yet, have I? What's going on, Wolf, for you? I use La Pluma more than Executor Ulta because I like her S2 more and her S8. Exactly. I'm a big, you know, I do this in most gacha games anyway. Sometimes you kind of have to play into the meta, right? But I'm always like, the waifu and the fun meta for me is way more important than meta, right? At the end of the day, I'm not here to play games to the point where like, oh, I've got to be a slave to clock content. Some people enjoy that, right? But for me personally, I'm here for, does the character play well? Is it fun to use? And are they a fucking good waifu, right? If they're a good waifu and they're fun to use, I'm fucking using them. You know what I mean? And a big thing in Arknights is the visual effects, right? I'm quite big on that actually. So yeah, I can totally understand that. Let's see what you guys Ascalon's 80% of Pixie's power. It's not untrue. It's not untrue. Breed Supah because it's an endgame content. Anyway, yeah, again, as I've said, I've spoken about this multiple times, right? You know, in regards to the way power creep works, is you've got that direct power creep, indirect power creep, right? It don't matter how much a unit jumps in power if the game doesn't reflect it. If the game continues on doing what it's doing and the content isn't built around that new unit, then is it really power creep? It's a more powerful unit. You haven't been power crept out the game, right? So, yeah, I agree on that fact as well. So yeah, for the fact you're trying to get as far as possible with Elite One only proves the point of that video. Yeah, exactly, dude, exactly. And so I'm saying that, like, you know, and I honestly, I can't wait to E2 as well, because, like, I've seen some of the units that I've got, and I think it was it Surta? I was watching some B-roll that somebody was up, and I was like, holy shit, who's that? And they were like, that's Surta. I think it was, yeah, guys. And I was like, damn, bro, I can't wait to start E2 in units. But at the minute, I'm having a lot of fun as well trying to do this silly little thing also. Have I watched Frostbite's latest video? I have not. Terabyte. I have not. That guy has content. What we're talking about here. The single funniest thing about that video was him always going back to the team kill every time. Oh, we do. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Supah doesn't mention age old as most broken operator ever. Kill every medic except Nightingale Lumen. Only in most cases, and read Ulta because she's actually a caster. Just surgery. Fixes filtering on his E1 behavior. Oh, you're talking about Saint? Okay. Going back to that, not to get bogged down on that. It's kind of funny. I was watching him talk about NTE, and he was being critical of NTE because they're adding stuff into the game that's making it look a lot like Wuthering Waves, and he's saying, well, what's the point? It's going to be like Wuthering Waves, but a worse version of it. And then the game's trying to do something different. He's like, why are you trying to be niche, bro? Nobody wants niche. It's just like the duality of man. The duality of man. I wonder if we'll actually watch that Plus Minus video. I want to watch this boob video from Plus Minus, actually. We'll goon a bit. Yeah, we'll goon a bit. Yo, guys, if you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. It's very much appreciated. We got 100 plus people in here. We haven't even hit 50 likes, I don't think. So you guys, talking about E2 list behavior. What's this like list behavior? Smash the like button. Oh, look, where are we? Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I do want to watch his Riot's Empire crumbling as well. From Level Cap. I'm interested. Yeah, we do a little bit of Goon. Do a little bit of Goon sesh. Most used character in Arknights is still Myrtle, by the way, even after all these years. Really? Barely scrape the brain cells back together. Shit, we got the Italian now. We're watching the German. Is this the Axis powers of gacha? Alright. Let's check this one out then, guys. We like a bit of Plus Minus over here as well. Another good dude in the space. Makes great content. I saw this title and I had to check it out, right? Arknights biggest boobs. Gooner Edition. That first frame is actually insane. Guys, if you haven't checked out Plus Minus, go check him out. We're going to drop it a preemptive like and we're going to get into this one because I'm here for this. Hopefully this is cinema. Let me bring up the volume just a little bit and let's do it. Let's go.
Sponsored by Lonely Pillow. Hey fellow netizens, Plus here. Can I ask you a simple question? What do you think defines the perfect mother figure? Is it the warmth she radiates when she cares for you, the sacred bond of childbirth, or perhaps something far simpler, something primal, something bouncy, big thighs and huge breasts? Who has the biggest boobs on Terra? An age-old question.
Okay, I like this. We're straight getting into the degeneracy here, and I'm kind of here for it. So let's go. Let's go.
Perplexed philosophers and Gooners alike. A question that has been bothering the Sargonian schoolers when Sargon was still.
I can't beat the allegations. I play Zenless on Zero, so, you know, why not embrace it, right? Why not embrace it?
Luckily, you're not alone in your quest to find massive badonkers. As the doctor of this perfectly legal pharmaceutical company, you have amassed a veritable Pokédex of busty operators from all across Terra. You know their names, skills, IP address, and cup sizes for strategic reasons. Which means
their IP address, you know. Okay, we're stalking with this one, yeah?
It really isn't a difficult task to evaluate who needs our personal assistance in carrying those heavy milkers. But it is inevitable that some people will ask,
Holdera has the biggest for you, fight yeah.
To which I ask,
the chesticles are, you know,
in fact,
are on show.
Exactly why you are still watching this video. You are here just like everyone else, with the hive-minded spirit of Goonerism. You are ready to have a taste of—
Bro, what is with Deegan Wrecker, man? He's like suited and booted and so fucking fine.
The best milk harvested on Terra. Welcome to the internet. I'm gonna present to you some of the best features this land has ever witnessed, whether they were from the beginning of the game or the latest new assets, because while power creep exists, boob physics...
Who needs law when you got big old titties, yeah? When you got big old titties, it's a sign. What's the sign? I need to pull. I need to pull. Is that what it is?
will always stand against the test of time. And with that being said, let's get right
Women in
into
suits is simply, this is true. This is true.
This is
yeah.
someone who used to be an NPC, a boss enemy to be more precise, someone who used to bunk us back to our senses. You didn't know her background, her story, or even her gender. She was just the menace that hit our operators like a truck, until one day she took off the top of her suit, and every doctor collectively lost all their sanities for the next few days.
And when she whipped it out, everybody was like, oh my god.
Introducing Mudrock. She was a reunion member before they turned edgy. She's an architect of stone golems, the size of small buildings. Furthermore, she once led a battle-hardened mercenary squad. She tanked...
When did Tobo call us out for this last time? Hey, look, look. I'm a cultured man, right? I like fine things, okay? It's not needed, but it's very much appreciated, right? It's very much appreciated, and I'm not too proud to admit that.
heavy artillery.
I'm a gooner.
Protected the infected and resisted war crimes like she was speedrunning the Castalian redemption arc. And now she's fighting for spinal alignment. HR at
Spinal alignment, you know. What the fuck?
Juggernaut. Not for her role, but for her mass distribution. 20 kilograms of additional frontal physics that defy modern engineering.
20 kilogram, bro. Holy
fact,
shit.
her bust is so structurally significant, I'm quite certain it is considered critical infrastructure in Castel. She was
That's a
the total
follow-up
opposite
attack,
of
dude.
what people would have called MILF material and attractive, although I do see a different kind of attractiveness when she is still wearing that suit. For someone so battle-hardened who controlled the rocks and soil, her chest seemed to be surprisingly soft and comfy. I've thought intensely about it. She's wearing that 200 pounds of armor, cushioned with rocks for 12 hours straight. Her cleavage isn't just a visual, it is a whole ecosystem, marinated, fermented, aged like Castalian wine.
Bro, light it up and use the eraser tool. Bro, light it up and use the eraser tool. Just think on that for a second.
Now let that sink in. No, literally. Imagine your head sinking in between. You're not just feeling softness, you are breathing it in. A swirl blend of iron, sweat and month-old floral body spray applied with the precision of a government budget. She uses it once every full moon, and that scent is mixed up with rocks and
Bro, I wonder how many times dude had to stop writing the script for this just to go jack off. I feel like this took a long ass time.
soil.
This took a long how long plus? Come on, truthfully. I was like editing the entire time in one hand, right?
Chest, the same person you were when you entered, in a good way. And look, I know her official profile says she's just 163, but that is because the height chart doesn't factor in the orbital presence of her top tier boobage. Mudrock isn't short, she's dense. And if I hear anyone
dense.
calling her a midget or short stack, I will let you know that you're absolutely safe at 3 AM. What do you mean I send my Discord moderators like assassins after people? I've never done such things. Let it be known that height doesn't matter in a contest of boobs.
The script was written one-handed, let's be real.
Soon enough. Dorothy Franks is the next one on the list. This Zalak from Rhinelab isn't just a top-tier scientist and a trap enthusiast. She is also a walking containment breach in the bust department. As director of the Originium Arts section, Dorothy doesn't just push the boundaries of Originium Arts for
She got dope-ass character design as well.
She pushes the limit of how much jiggle can legally exist in a sterile research environment. Now, I know her operator file doesn't state her measurements, so let me just put it this way. Her resonators aren't the only thing triggering AoE effects. She walks into a lab, and the beakers start fogging up from pure humidity. Even her clipboard gets more action than half the Rhinelab interns. Her cleavage, it's got the scent of overnight cold brew, long forgotten equations, and the faint aroma of lab-safe disinfectant sprayed hours ago by the janitor, too afraid to ask her to move. You don't just look at it, you hypothesize, you document, And most importantly, you submit peer-reviewed papers. Touching it, a sensory experience. The static clinch of her lab coat pressed against skin-tight underlayers, and the
Bro, this is borderline. Well, this is fan service. I mean, not fan service. This is fan fiction. Sorry. Did somebody check this dude's search history? I bet he's what is he on fanfic? You know, some of these 500,000 word fictions. I've got a feeling Plus is up in there. Plus is up in there.
subtle synthetic polyester friction that leaves you wondering, is this what innovation feels like? You think she is socially awkward? Nah, that is just the side effect of trying to maintain eye contact when she's packing 2 classified data clusters in the front row. Let me be
So big she has to practice social distancing.
frank with you, pun fully intended. There's not a single intern in Rhinelab.
He's a Blue Hawkeye player.
Accidentally
Definitely on the list then. Saying that though, I can't say anything. Hold up. Where is it? Yeah. Oh no, I don't know. I don't have that on my game. Oh shit, it doesn't move it. Fuck. No, don't open it. Don't open it. Oh no, no on that. Okay, all right, guys, ignore.
walked face first into chest level danger during a coffee run. And what danger it is not just about size, though.
Next video's on feet.
those
A gripper
It
list,
is
yeah.
the way they sit there, so smug, like they have seen way more unethical experiments than the ethics board ever will. Because Dorothy, she doesn't care about rules. She knows the Geneva Convention is outdated.
Good.
She doesn't break boundaries. She surgically rewrites them. Dorothy doesn't care about morals or ethics because she's out of her way to bring peace to this godforsaken world by making everyone equally happy. And to accomplish that, she has got a theorem, a magic theorem. We don't love Dorothy because she commits war crimes in the name of science. We love Dorothy because she does it in a lovely way. Like, could you refuse her request to repurpose a volunteer's consciousness into a test subject without their consent when she looked at you and said,
I suppose war crimes don't look as bad when you look that good, right? You know? Flash a smile. It's like, okay, all right, ignore the Human Rights Convention. I don't know if Tara's got one. I don't think so. But you know, we'll just ignore it anyway.
well, I couldn't. She is the kind of woman we think we can fix, but deep down we all know we don't want to, and honestly don't have to. What we do need to fix is our sleep schedule, because thinking about morally grey women at 3 AM is how we end up emotionally attached, sleep deprived and hallucinating new banners. Thankfully, that is where today's sponsor comes in, Lonely Pillow, the only Dakimakura shop you didn't know you needed until your search history spelled it out for you. Want Wizarder in a wedding dress? Done. Turtle in her crossover skin and also something that can melt your heart? Absolutely.
Bro, this is real. I thought this was a joke.
Ulpiano's covered in tentacles. Well, I don't judge, and neither do they. I personally wanted to show off this Mudrock Dakimakura. It comes in both her ambient skin and the Coral Coast skin. It goes without saying that those are lore-accurate capsize.
What a segue.
Added a Crown Slayer Dakimakura.
What a segue.
Character development. And as always, all of Lonely Pillow's products
Order one.
are customizable from size all the way to the exact
How much?
freakiness. Whether you're into vanilla or full monster footer, they got you covered. You
Yeah. Don't know about that list, chat. Don't know about that list, chat.
Where last video's Lonely Pillow promo got flagged for advanced maturity. At first, I didn't care. I was even proud of myself. And then I saw the revenue. Now I care. Lonely Pillow's link tree is down in the description, just waiting for your poor judgment. Now, let's continue. The next one has already been
Which came first, the video or the ad request?
The fate was carved on the full daughters long before I even thought of making.
I'd like to think he was fully into the degen mode and then was like, oh, sweet. You know? But, hey, it's a smart way to build the video around it, right? It works. I'm here for him.
Introducing Typhon, the
I'm here
short
for him.
stack. She is just 155 centimeters tall, despite being raised by
Get
a
that
really
bag, King.
tall Cyclops sarcas, who has probably preached her the way of the MILF, amongst many other things, when she was still an infant. She learned how to hunt, how to survive in the cold winter, and most importantly, how to weaponize her chest size like it is a biological weapon loadout. You think it is cold in Sami? Not when you've got 2 heat sinks strapped front and center, generating enough friction to melt a glacier. And trust me when I say those badonkers are plot relevant. Valkyrie didn't pass them on so she could become a background character. Her black bow that she carries around is actually so dangerous, one might classify it as an SCP anomaly, because
damn, is that image stretched, man? She looks like insanely thick in that image.
through the collapsal infused power that is being contained with Sarkaz witchcraft, this arrow can pierce through
What are we
armor
watching,
and
Peak?
bend space itself.
Number 1
But
is
the
mounting
real
trust.
anomaly are
Laura
the
will be
two
so happy
selected
about that.
bodies, which can
If that was
also
the
bend
case.
space and distort attention spans. You see these buttons there? They are bearing the heaviest responsibility. It's like the twin moons caught in Terra's gravity well. A simple glance on this majestic sight gives back pain a whole new meaning. And keep in mind that she has been constantly fending off Sami from the demons of the north. While most operators treat S-tier boobage as a logistical nightmare, Typhon turns it into an asset. She doesn't carry those things. She mounts them like biological stabilizers. Every shot she takes is center balanced by 2 counterweight, calibrated by Sami's spite.
Uses a counterweight, you know, yeah? She can lean back, get those angled shots off without worrying about stumbling.
And Sarkaz
Okay.
physics,
Especially works with all that stuff if she got on her back, right? You know?
as
Okay.
she whispers the names of her enemies. These pairs don't carry themselves. It requires a certain amount of character development to manage that kind of payload in sub-zero temperature while chasing demons across the Infi ice field. And sleeping? These celestial bodies requires orbital adjustment every time she rolls over, and what a sensory experience it must be. Touching them, it is not a matter of how, but a matter of when, because that has already been written on the Foldatals since the day she was saved.
What are we watching here? I think we're watching a video by Plus that he'll never want his family to see, and definitely won't want, I don't know if he's got a missus or a partner, definitely won't want them to see in future. I think this is one that after a while will be becoming unlisted.
Saved. Your sweat gets instantly frozen, but somehow she's keeping you warm. This isn't about living out your pleasure before succumbing to collapsal corruption. This is about staying alive by capitalizing the most reliable heat source. And I am forever grateful to Valakut
Stop
for
talking
passing
about
on
touching.
all the essential MILF protocols into this gremlin-sized menace. She's so small, I could literally lift her by the horns, use them like handlebars.
Well, Marcel, apparently I've just been red since I come back off holiday. When I look in OBS, I don't look like it, but according to stream, so I don't know what I'm fucked with, man. Apparently I'm just a skin stealer at the minute, I think, you know?
Being the venture goonist I am, and do hilarious things with her. She is Liberi. She is Phidia. She rides with the wind and dances with the stars. She is the last elder still blessed by the heavens, and also my personal choice for mandatory bloodline preservation.
I'm at low resolution on See the Red. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I was stun locked. Stun locked.
This is Holheak. Out of all the top contenders, she's the tallest and the craziest, but unlike the edgy roach, she's crazy in a calculated way. She's evil, but academically. She excavates the hidden potential from her long-lost ancestors in a race against her short lifespan by any means necessary. That means
you know
the
that
Geneva
makes
Convention is just a speedrun category to her. Becoming a scientist means tossing ethics and morals out of the airlock. A government agent only if betrayals are beneficial. A mercenary. Of course her disloyalty is a perk, not a problem. I know that is a lot of red flags for the mating press. Fortunately, I'm colorblind. I know you might think her short lifespan is why I'm advocating for emergency reproduction. Wrong. This Kukulkan lady has got everything you need. A feathered head, a snake tail, and the body of a fertility goddess that would make Shu regret for being called a mother figure. It is worth mentioning that she is the second LM7 operator in this video, unlike Typhon, who is basically a midget with a bigger cup size than her mom's. Holheak is a waking celestial alignment.
It's not a great unit, yeah?
Bodies. They are climate events. Each bounce can shift local pressure systems. They don't jiggle, they oscillate with intention. And naturally, this got me thinking, How much air resistance do ginormous badonkers add to the body? Surely someone out there smarter than me, but equally cultured, must have done the math. Luckily, I was right. There is a scientific paper, peer-reviewed, published and read by millions of virgins around the globe. Analysis and qualitative effects of large breasts on aerodynamic performance and wake of a Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid character. Yes, it's real.
Is
Yes,
that real?
I've read it. And yes, I took notes. This shit is so peak. According to the paper, large breasts increase frontal area drag, generate turbulent wake flow, and as a result, negatively impact aerodynamic efficiency during flight, unless they are perfect.
How fast do they have to be going for that? Like, wait. Are we saying that if we ever get to be able to fly, then, you know, dude, what is this video, man? Oh my god. Plus.
Perfectly aligned with body posture and angle of attack. In other words,
Look, I've got no words. I've got no words, you know. I've got no words. I'm assuming that shit's peer reviewed, yeah?
boobs are a flight risk. They create drag, they mess with your lift, they compromise maneuverability in high-speed condition. This is exactly why she is so peak. You see, where other women get aerodynamic,
It might not be great for aerodynamics, but potentially good in water situations, right? You know?
ridiculed for capsize,
Extra life jacket.
and says fry about it, because she's not just a snake bird.
SpaceX should
Her
adapt
art
that design.
controls air pressure and turbulence with a mere thought. Hulheak doesn't compensate for drag, she dominates.
Even the Yappa
Aside
streamer
from
was
that,
stunned,
she
yeah.
doesn't just
It doesn't
produce
happen
milk,
often.
She also lays eggs.
I was
It is
fully
not
stun
defensive,
locked.
It is evolutionary peak performance. She's built to survive and to breed, and I say that with full academic respect. You think Mulesies is seductive? That silly little elf can never understand the peak of Hole. While Mumu sims with subtlety and flirtatious politics, Hulheak gives us drinks, pins us with her tail, gives us chokes of love, and makes
That's attack
sure
speed for the
we know
boyfriend,
there's
so it's quite useful. It's got to increase defense as well, right? You know? A little bit of a, you know, bit of a reflect, damage reflect potential there.
need to cry about it. Her lifespan may be
Or at least a
very short,
deflect.
but I will make sure to enjoy every moment I spend with her, and by that, I mean, I won't be fixing her. There's nothing to be fixed anyway. She will be fixing me, like they say. The foolish build walls, the wise topple them, or vice versa. And whatever happens after the mating press, I put it solely into Hulheak's hands, because I don't need plans for the future.
You
Plans
thought you were a
change.
gooner until this? Yeah, yeah, it's true actually. I am, I'm not even a Padawan, right? I'm not even a Padawan on this scale. Like I am but a mere man. This is deity levels of goon in here. You know, this is like evolution. This is, you know, you got Goku as a kid, man. You ain't even Goku yet. I'm Yamcha. You know what I mean? This is like some Super Saiyan level 2 shit, man. This is like Ascendant Saiyan shit.
Way. As long as it helps us continue the bloodline, we can break the rules at any time. I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious honkers. A real set of badonkers. Packing some Budon honkaroos. Massive Bahuka Bakulus. Big old Tanaga honkers. What happens next? Transfer student shows up with even bigger Banka Nahagos. Humongous Hungalamunga. Hey fellow netizens, Plus here. I have another question for you. How big is too big? At which point can't it get bigger because human anatomy doesn't allow it? What is the threshold where oversize still looks good and not like you glued an airship into someone's chest? What is the absolute maximum of mass distribution that a company can greenlight and still make it past QA? All of those questions will be answered. Enter Utage, the
To be fair, Nikkei like does step things up a whole another level, right? When it comes to ample assets, they're incredibly ample.
Operator with the biggest plot. Despite being one of the oldest operator originating from CC0, she has the least amount of lore in the list. I guess that is the drawback of originating from Higashi, the land of foggy lore. People mock Surtur for being all thighs but no backstory, but at least she looks like a myth. At least we know what race she is, at least we know more about her power, and at least we got some character development. Utage? We don't even know what she is. No other operator from Higashi has a clue. She might be an elder race, and honestly, I respect that. While her lore may be foggy, her assets are unskippable cutscenes. Every new player starting out the game and investing a sizable amount of OP will eventually get the Utage experience. Whether an experienced gacha player, a new person to the genre, whether an old geezer or a young gamer, there is no going back once she enters your retina. Every pose, every smile, every pixel of her illustration has been carefully engineered for maximum hyperfixation. You think it is just boobage? No, it's neurological sabotage. She doesn't just trigger neuron activity.
Bro, is that the doctor? Is that the doctor?
She rewrites your brain's priority queue, and every time Hypergryph releases a new operator with incredible bust, it is always a contest of the biggest plot in history versus the biggest plot of today. And every top asset owner of today starts the contest with a "nah, I'd win," which always result in an absolute defeat. At some point in time, I guess we have to accept the fact that this is the limit. She is the limit. There's no bigger boobs in this game. With all of the measurements done and the boobs yapping concluded, I can only hope Platinum and Wolfaren will return to the chat and give us their approval, or at least their judgment. For the dedicated Gooners, the full link to that aerodynamic effects of anime titties paper is down in the description. Now, I know some of you are...
We won't click on it just in case. Bro, this is not only going to be one of the wildest videos I've ever watched, yeah. But that is like one of the wildest descriptions also. We've got a link to Lonely Pillows, right? And then we've got a link to the anime boobs research paper in regards to the aerodynamic nature of an exceptionally well-endowed anime waifu. You know? Again, stunlocked.
Are typing profusely already. Where is X? Or why isn't she on the list? Look, I know there are a lot of boobs in this game that are nearly identical in size. I just picked those whom I'm most comfortable talking about, and if you try to threaten me over digital boobs, I must issue a formal warning. I am a self-proclaimed artist, but what does that mean? It means I can draw you pregnant. As always, if you enjoyed this...
What? That is the wildest threat I've heard. Oh my god.
degeneracy of a video, like it and leave a comment. Subscribe so you won't miss
Yeah, I
out
want the smoke. I don't want the smoke. I don't want the smoke.
However, if you want to go a step further, consider becoming a privileged consumer. Aside from special emotes, a badge, early access to new content and leaked document of my future projects, you just get enough access to fuel your parasocial relationship with me under the illusion of mutual connection.
Only kettle.
But seriously, thanks to all of my channel members. You guys are absolutely amazing, and the reason why I forget that commissioning artists for my video thumbnails is unsustainable.
Holy, now, I expected an experience in this video, right? I expected an experience, but dude did not disappoint, right? That was, right? That was, yeah. Wild. I still can't get over the start of the video, yeah.
This video
I'm like, bro, this video is sponsored by Lonely Pillow. I was like, oh, it's just a joke, you know, it's a bit for the video. It's not a fucking joke. It's not a fucking joke. It is real. Anyway, guys, go check out Plus. He makes some great content. That was content. But be sure to go check him out, guys. Great dude. Show some love. Subscribe. And I don't know what to say about that one. That was a passion-driven gooning session. Hold up, guys. We're able to claim a draw ticket. Round 1 beta draw ticket. Let's see if I get in. Hopefully I do. I don't know how this works. I don't know. Can you get in off round 1, or is it just you want to round 2 if you fail? Observer floor. What's this? Stop playing. Observer foundation. What the fuck does that even mean? Oh, that's fucking a different one. Dude, I've clicked on it and it sent me to a different one. Where? Right there. Game account connected. Okay, I've claimed it. What does that mean? Do I have to go into a stream to claim it? How does it work? Anybody know how this fucking drop works? GG, I'm getting in. How does it work though? Look, everyone trying to get in. I need to follow him, don't I? Just wait after the ticket. People are already getting emails. Oh, okay. So they'll send you an email. He's biting the pillow. Oh, I didn't get an email. Does that mean... Oh, fuck you. I don't think I'm getting in this beta chat. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening, chat. I don't think it's happening, chat.
胡盘也是在这套系统中获取吗？
在这套系统中，只会有少量的 A 级及以下稀有度的胡盘作为填充内容 ，S 级和大部分 A 级胡盘则会通过游戏内各类玩法直接产出，或者通过特殊货币购买，且这个货币也是游戏内玩法会大量产出的，大家可以轻松获取。我们的目标是让大家不会因为角色没有合适的胡盘而苦恼。
那
Wait, do you have a UID on the gate on the website?
限定卡池不歪，高
You
稀有
don't,
度
do
胡
you?
盘也有大量免费产出。
是的，其实这套方案我们做出来压力
Yeah, boys. Mission failed, I think. Mission failed. Mission failed.
没有得到玩家的反馈和后台
We'll get him next time. We'll get him next time.
整个方案能否达到
Yeah, what's up, ends? Yeah, we've seen this. I was just into the stream because they repeat the same record since I had new drops and no one streams NTE category. Yeah, yeah, the only people at the minute who streaming is like Tails streaming, Little Lady
And then
Candy,
tomorrow I'll get a bunch of
Seiko
clicks off her.
Aquarium, Milk Mandan.
You go over there in front of her and pretend like she's going to hit you.
期待与大家在海特洛相见，
拜
拜拜。
So, Zera, so wait, because you're usually the one in the know when it comes to NTA and TOF and stuff. So, like, once I've claimed, right, do I just wait? Do I? Do I just wait? Like, is there a round 2? All campaigns. So I don't know, it doesn't say round 2, it just says baited ticket round 1. Then do I just have to wait for there to be a draw now? Is that what I have to do? I just have to wait for there to be a draw. Yeah, no one's streaming it yet. Like, it must mean that, like, a lot of people haven't got access at the minute in global, because you would think there'd be a lot of people at least trying it. You know, like your Genazads, your Wua content creators and stuff. There's nothing happening in Wuthering Waves today, is there? Is there something happening in Wuthering Waves today? Oh, have we got?
Maybe the Dragon Ball game already went by. What the hell is this?
Have we got June update now? Oh, boys, it's hit. It's hit. The CBT is only out now in CN. I thought Global was going live today. Doesn't Global go live today? I don't know. Anyway, woo! June data is live. June data's live. And we've got some moves. We've got some moves, guys, okay? Genshin. What are we in? We on all platforms here, yeah? We're on all platforms here. Damn, Global goes live on the 3rd. Okay. Hopefully then I can get in still. Hopefully I can get in. Damn, I thought it was going live today, man. For some reason, I'm tripping. All right, nice one. Nice one. Pre-download tomorrow. All right, okay, cool. Damn. Jeez. Is that people waiting for some upcoming content? I'm not even following Star Rail at the moment. Holy moly, that's a drop down. That's a drop down. We ain't going to do the bullshit that a lot of people do and go through all these from the bottom. Who gives a fuck? Tribe 9's down there with 2 grand. Who's still spending money on the game? How can ya? How is that even possible? I thought to stop that all. Damn, that's the electricity bill for the company. That is. Jesus. Okay. All right. Let's have a look then. Of course, back on top again by the looks of it is the Genshino Impacto. Hoyo's #1 cash cow is still printing cash like crazy. Of course, you got to take into account, guys, these numbers don't really mean shit. The best we can get from this is potential trends, right? All right, we just have to say that because people get really angry when you talk about this stuff, because at the end of the day, it's just a laugh, right? It's just a laugh. It doesn't even mean shit. And at the end of the day, if your game's not at the top, as long as it's still putting out content that you enjoy, who cares, right? Who cares? Anyway, now that's out the way. Love and Deep Space dropping down a little bit here. Still, absolutely, just printing cash, right? Just printing cash. It shows the girls like to goon too. Pokemon TCG still just banging. What the fuck is this? We just saw Jenna. What the fuck is 7 Nights Rebirth? What the fuck is 7 Nights Rebirth? I don't even know what that is. 7 Nights Rebirth. What the fuck? What is 7 Nights Rebirth? Apparently I've watched a video on it. What the fuck? Here we go. 7 Nights Rebirth gameplay. Let's see some gameplay. Okay, it's kind of reminding me like Epic 7 or something here. Okay, I guess that's 7 Nights Rebirth then, yeah. I've never heard of that. Apparently I'd watched the video on it, but I don't know. Okay then. Arknights EO. Jesus, where is Arknights? Damn, that drop-off's kind of crazy though. That's it, guys, it's over. Pack it up. Pack it up. Power Creep's gonna get insane now, and it's gonna be real. Okay, so 7 Nights Rebirth is killing it by the looks of things. We've got Wuthering Waves in the top 5. Impressive. Actually good to see. Watch now, all of a sudden, this gacha revenue chart's gonna actually mean something now. You know, it'll be true, real and true now, guys. This is a real and true actual account information of how much these games are making. Well, basically what it is, anything above 3rd place is bullshit. This is real. This is real. ZZZ as well. Pretty comparable there again. I thought this was apparently dead also, but I guess the anniversary has done all right. Yeah, they've got I guess was it Yishuan has been a good seller by the looks of things. Naruto Mobile still doing insane. Fate Grand Order, man. Like, will this game ever die? Will this game ever die? You know? Dead month kinda. Yeah, you got what the U banner coming up as well, right? Blaze Ultra and U's probably people are probably saving, right? Again, how long the game's been going for, right? Ups and downs are expected. Had an amazing last month, right? Of course, these numbers anyway, but had an amazing month last month, so wouldn't look too much into that. Goddess of Victory Nikkei still just printing cash. Man, this SD Gundam G Generation Eternal seems to have really took off, right? I played this when it first came out. It's okay, right? It's all right. It's you know, it's okay. I would have preferred them to do like a new story, but it's going through like a lot of the old stories and stuff, which is cool. Or yeah, it's okay, but it's people obviously like it, right? People obviously like it because Star Rail's had a huge drop off there, down to 18 mil. Shadowverse having a 17 mil first month's pretty impressive, really. But apparently this game's super predatory. I don't know. I have installed it. I haven't yet played it though. But what do you guys think who've played it? Is it predatory? Because I've heard it's rough. The monetization side of the game. People are like, the game's good. Monetization blows. So you know. Nah, Fate's legitimately good. Gundam fans are stacked with money. True. Yeah, Fate does have big spenders in JP, doesn't he? Yeah. Apparently, the story's really good for the game as well, right? Hey, a game that's been going that long, right? There's got to be something there, right? It just might not be for you, but there's got to be something there, right? Dragon Ball Legends doing really well as well. It definitely does look like overall there's been a bit of a, you know, maybe that information that we were looking at here in Centertown, that numbers are lower than normal, you know? Because, yeah, we've definitely got lower numbers, right? Because sometimes you see these, look, 80, 60 million. So these are definitely down. Obviously, Genshin's up a little bit as well. And some of these gains are up here. But overall, the numbers in general do seem like they're a little bit lower, right? If we go over to home, I think we can see the overall cash, right? So total revenue is down by about just under 8%, 7.5%. Total downloads are up slightly, though. So more people are playing, but less people are spending at the moment as well. Now, this could be down to the fact that, obviously, you know, patches for games where they might be at. I think we've got a lot of anniversaries coming up over the next month, haven't we, for a lot of games? So there could be a lot of people, because, you know, an anniversary in one game can affect other games as well, right? Because, you know, it's gacha. People are playing all these different games all at the same time, right? So an anniversary that's coming up for, I don't know, let's just say Wuthering Waves might make somebody who plays Zenless as well spend less in Zenless because they're waiting for the anniversary in Wuthering Waves, and vice versa for all other games as well. I don't know. I'm pulling it out my arse, maybe. Light and Night. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is Light and Night? What is Light and Night? Is this that? Love and Light. Wait, am I? Is that maybe what it's called? Love and Light? Is this like a lad situation going on here? The fuck is Light and Night? Fate already carries the game pretty hard. I think Google has a 10% discount right now. I know it's probably 10 mil since Dragolda is also almost born. I just got back from choking because I was drinking water when he said he saw we were in the top 5. All of a sudden, this revenue chart will mean something. Don't choke. Monster Strike. I've never played that. Uma Musume doing decently, right? Into the top. What? Actually, let's have a look at. Obviously, we ain't gonna really get much data here for global, are we? Okay, something big happened in March. Had a fall off there, and then it's gradually been building up. There must have been a big spending thing happening here, because obviously the following month was pretty low in comparison. Cookie Run Kingdom, never played it, but I hear people love it. Arknights slipping down into 20th, still in the top 20 though. 6 years down the line is actually insane when you think about it. Having months like 33 million, still absolutely ridiculous. Etheria restarts. Not as a big of a start as I would have thought, if I'm honest. Not as a big a start as I would have thought. I thought Etheria might print like a 20 mil month. When did Etheria come out though? It came out on the 5th, so I suppose they're losing a couple of days, right? But I wouldn't imagine that would make a massive difference. It just depends when the banners were. So it might have only been able to get one banner and part of another banner, yeah. So maybe the launch date itself, it might hinder it a little bit there. Maybe that could have been more like 10 maybe or so. But still, lower than I thought, right? That's definitely lower than I thought. It's had a lot of controversy going on around the game as well. Reverse 1999 still doing decent as well for the game. It is, right? Great little game there. If you haven't checked it out, awesome game to check out in my opinion. Azure Lane still doing its thing. Brown Dust 2, sorry. Having a great month compared to last month by the looks of things. Blue Archive still doing well. Infinity Nikki. What's Infinity? Damn, man. The drop off of Infinity Nikki. Now, I know that this is like post a major update. Whoa. Be interested to see what happens over the next couple of months of Infinity Nikki, right? Have they potentially actually killed the game with all the bullshit that they did, right? You know, the changing of the pity, the bugs, They're putting people in the red, sorry, with currency, basically telling people to fuck off. And then when it got called out, actually saying, oh, whoa, we didn't mean that. We didn't mean that. It was a typo. It was a misinput. We actually will try and get you sorted out there. And so, yeah, be interesting to see what happens with that, to be fair, because, like I said, I don't like to see games die, and the game itself is not the problem. The developers have fucked up, right? Developers have fucked up. But they can afford to lose a lot, right? Because Infinity Nick is the same devs who work on Lads, right? You know, so I guess they can kind of have a bit of a loss leader with Infinity Nicky for probably a prolonged period of time, actually. Girls Frontline 2, not looking spectacular, really, considering AFK Journey from the highs that it had. What was AFK Journey sitting on, like 70 mil or something when it first came out? The fake reviews as well. Yeah, yo, Cheese, what's going on, dude? It's too grim in the gacha space, man. Let's talk food. Yo, what's going on, Sweet Dreams? Next month will be an EOS. They have a little deep space, yeah. That's what I mean. They can offset that, can't they? They can have a bit of a loss, and they could probably use it as a tax fucking break, really. Heaven's Burn Red. This is always going to be really niche, though, I think. Anyway, wasn't he? Solo Level Arise looks like it's having a bit of a downturn now. You know what? This game, I kind of like Solo Level Arise, right? It's like a guilty pleasure of mine, actually. PGR, just kind of doing what PGR's been doing for a while, right? Wizards Variants Daphne, still there. A lot of people really like Wizards Variants Daphne, don't they? Epic 7. I guess maybe Epic 7's had a drop off because of Ethereal Restart as well. Maybe a lot of the people who played that have probably been trying Ethereal Restart, right? I would think. Limber's Company still doing its thing. It's usually, it's kind of what it's been doing for a while, right? I was going to say this is any drastic changes in their numbers, right? Madoka Magica, big drop off really there. Final Fantasy Ever Crisis, I didn't even know this was still getting money spent on it. Path to Nowhere. Oh, do you know what? I like Path to Nowhere, actually. The gameplay itself, it's just okay. But man, the story so far and the actual artwork, you know, the L2D artwork, fire, actually kind of fire. Persona 5. Okay, so not massive numbers here. What's Persona 5? So Persona 5 hasn't really had insane numbers even since it's come out. Has it? Interesting. Thought it to be doing better than that, if I'm honest. I'd be interested to see what happens next month with the launch on Steam, because on Steam it hit like 40k, right? It's good that it's developed by a CN developer, right? Because if this had been a JP developer, I think they'd have VOS the game already. Look, man, still 20 odd thousand people playing at the minute. That's actually kind of good fucking afternoon on a fucking Tuesday, right? So it'll be interesting to see if we do see a big change over the next month or two. See if maybe Global will pick up the slack when it comes to Persona. Be interesting to see. Actually, I quite like it so far. What I've been playing, I think it's worth checking out. Definitely. Sword of Convalaria, damn, less than 1 million now. Where's Black Beacon? Snowbreak. Oof, Snowbreak's dropping off again. Terror Fantasy still chugging along. Terror God. It's an annoying game. Ash Echoes, damn Ash Echoes, man. Mirren. I actually downloaded this. I wanted to check it out. Oh, there's Black Beacon. Ooh, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. Down 28 places outside of the top 100. 235k. It's not looking good, bruv. It is not looking good. Let's have a look here. Man, I'm surprised people are still spending on this game altogether. That's a drop, yeah. Yeah. Rest in pieces, I think, honestly. Rest in pieces. My voice cut out. Has he? Oh, shit. EOS pick soon. Can you still hear me? Mike's still being picked up. I don't know if it's on stream. Black Beacon is Black Toes burnt right to a crisp. Yeah, that's yeah, not looking good. Not looking good. Like, let's have a look on Twitch. Is anybody even like, I doubt it, right? I doubt anybody's playing it, but like don't listen to me. Bro, if you want to search for Black Beacon, nothing comes up. Jeez. Yo. Ain't even nobody streaming it, bro. Nobody. That's rough. That's tough. That is, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Damn. I would. I said this though. I said I didn't think it. I didn't think it would. I didn't think it would recover. I don't want it to EOS, right? I would like the game to like fix itself. I think doing what they did in regards to how they treated. Let's have a look at the game page a second. Yeah. Overview, breakdown. I wanted to look at okay, so I can't even look at that properly. Oh, here we go. I wanted to look at region. Can I change region? Where's the region? Breakdown, tweets, videos. Here we go. So, damn, CN's down 80%. CN's down 80%. So it looked like prioritizing CN and basically saying, fuck you, global. Didn't quite pay off for them here. Didn't quite pay off. It's almost like it didn't matter how much they prioritized CN. If they didn't get their shit together, it just wouldn't work, right? So they've had to drop a 50% for global and 80% for CN. So yeah, I think I genuinely think it's in its swan song. It's in its swan song. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't last a year, honestly. I think Enki, come on, man. See, red revenue, yeah, there's definitely a lot of games taking hits this month. Well, thing is though, Black Meek is still pulling in more money than Cat Fantasy. Never played that, by the way. I've definitely never played that. Starseed asking a trigger, Girls Front Line. Yeah, and then obviously we just go into stuff that like, what is this even on the list, man? The game's done. I don't even understand how it's had $2,000. How does that even make sense? I thought you couldn't buy anything in the game anymore, unless one of the devs is just like, I'll just do it to for the memes. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. But yeah. Okay, seems like a drop overall in revenue on gacha, according to this, obviously. Take it as you will. It's we don't know the numbers, right? Biggest revenue increase, Memento White Shadow compared to last month. Oh, we'll have a look at that actually. So overall revenue's down 7.5%. Actual downloads up though. Let's have a look here at Memento a second, because we know that they have actually laid off 70% of the staff, right? They're in trouble, right? That's never a good sign, right? They said that they're going to keep the game going. There's no reasons why they can't. In my head, I think, well, there's got to be reasons, because if you've laid off 70% of your staff, you're obviously struggling for cash. So there's a reason there for me. But Global's up 433%, which is great to see. But obviously, the game only came out for Global, so it don't mean shit. What was the actual numbers? So, yeah, 160k. So, yeah, don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. Because game only just came out to global, yeah. So, yeah. It's only getting a 3.4%, 3.4 star, sorry, for its ratings as well. So, yeah, that's a shame because, you know, I think there's a potential for a decent little game there. But damn. Okay, Genshin back on top. We're doing really well. Zenly's doing good as well. Big increase for Zenly's. Big increase for Wuthering Waves as well. So I'd say the biggest winners this month by the looks of it are obviously Genshin. These guys doing well as well, but obviously they've had a pullback. But yeah, Genshin. These 7 Knights as well. We're Zenly's all absolutely killed it right this month. So yeah, I'd say if you look at this, we'd have to look at and say we're Zenly's and Genshin. Have done really well. I'd say probably one of the biggest losers, man. It's got to be Star Rail, yeah. Like that's a big drop off. I suppose if you look at things as well, Arknights has had a massive drop off, right? You know. But again, we have got big banners coming. You do see these spikes though, man, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an increase next month. But anyway, there you go. There's the numbers. It all really doesn't matter at the end of the day, guys, right? Even if these numbers were accurate, which we know they're not, who gives a fuck? As long as your game's good, as long as you get fun out of it, who cares who in the company is buying a yacht, right? You don't have stocks in the company, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Don't really matter, chat. Don't really fucking matter. Looks like a dead month for a lot of games. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, you can see 8% drop in the total revenues, quite a lot. When you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars, that's a lot of fucking money, right? It's a lot of fucking money. Yeah, I'm drinking out the bottle. I'm an animal, sorry. There's a chart for a shilling in this website. Oh. No, I'll be winning that. Assassin's Creed collab is going to be probably fuck all reverse 1999 global earnings since players have to save for a collab and 2.8 limited units. The end should be safe on the other hand. These games make in a month what most people make in a year. At the bottom end. It's always weird to see anyone praise a gacha for making shit ton of money that came out of your pockets. Right, yeah, yeah. I don't get it when people like... Obviously, at the end of the day, when the games I play, right, I want them to do well, right? I want them to do well. Just for the fact that, selfishly, I want to be able to keep playing good games, right? And I want people who make good games to make enough money that they're encouraged to keep making good games. But yeah, it's like, wow, Dwayne's bought himself another yacht. Oh, aren't you happy? Doesn't that make you smile? Doesn't that make you smile? People get weird with it, right? Don't they? People get weird with it. Arknights doesn't have a good banner previous. Yeah, there's not. Again, I don't look into it too much anyway. It ebbs and flows. A game like Arknights, anyway, the game's been out 6 fucking years, right? You know, it's not like it came out less than a year ago and it's like, oh, okay, are we seeing a trend here? There ain't even a trend, right? You see the trend, it's like kind of stable, and then you have these big spikes on big banners, don't you? So, I think, like you say, it seems like run-of-the-mill, really. I think if you're in the top 50 in the gacha revenue, you're probably doing fine. Obviously, it depends on your outgoings and your overheads, right? Somebody who's making 20 mil a month might not be making as much as somebody who's making 5 mil a month, depending on how much it costs to run the business, right? It's like being Lappy. How many times can you get mugged this month in the city you live in and say, best city ever? What's going on as well, T? Welcome to the stream. Are we happy about how successful the gacha is, not how much it's distorted out to me and my fellow players? Yeah. Well, for me, it ain't even about how successful it is. It's how good it is. That's what I'll celebrate in a game, right? How much fun I'm having for when I'm having fun in it. And when I'm not having fun in it, okay, I'll just celebrate the times I had, right? You know, don't be sad it's over. Be sad that it happened kind of attitude. Just remember, too, the chart is only mobile. Actual revenue is likely. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why, honestly, like, I've said this before, you know, with games like Wuthering Waves, I'd say the revenue is probably drastically higher than what it shows for a lot of games. Not, obviously, all of them are probably, all of it's wrong and probably higher than what they say anyway, because, like, the Terra Fantasy dev said this before, they kind of laughed at the revenue, and I think they were basically alluding that it's higher than that. But, specifically games like Wuthering Waves, right? Let's face it, it's not a mobile game. Most people are playing on PC and now console. There are probably more people spending over there as well. So, you know, I'd say a game like Wuthering Waves probably is drastically higher than what it shows. You know, and there's other games that are the same as well, like that. I should imagine you'll probably see the same sort of thing with like Enfield, Azure Premilia. You know these big games. These games are probably doing a massive amount of their business on PC and console because they're obviously they're made to work on mobile, right? For the people who can't have them on those systems. But you know there's going to be a massive increase in the revenue on these other systems where 5 years ago, 95% of revenue would be coming from mobile, right? Where now I'd say, like, you know, that shift's happening quite, and you're seeing people in places like CN, you know, access to consoles now, a lot more money that people have got in the pockets. In Southeast Asia as well, people are definitely getting access to more money in general. Now, I know there's still poverty all around the world, but people are getting access to more money, so more people are getting able to get access to, one, higher end phones, 2, consoles and PCs as well. It's just becoming a bit more commonplace, isn't it, as well? So I expect, you know, I just expect that to continue to happen, really, that in this space. Now, obviously, mobile's always going to dominate gaming since the inception, and how good mobile's getting, because it's just easier to access for people, and there's always that option to play games when you're on the go. But I do think in the gacha space specifically, I think the market share is going to shift definitely, you know, in the other direction. Now, mobile probably will continue to dominate it, or, you know, where we see it going from single digits, I think we'll get to a point where it's probably more like 70-30, 60-40 kind of thing, especially depending on the games as well. You know, you will have certain games, Silver Palace, yeah, games like Silver Palace, you know, and Nanta, you know that, like, there's going to be a big audience that are going to be playing on PC, because most people are going to struggle to run those games on the phone. And then even if you can run it, there's going to be that other contingent of players who are going to be like, you do action games suck on mobile. Now, and obviously I know there's some people who are avid mobile gamers who will go through that. They'll get controllers, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, you know, like for me, when it comes to gaming on mobile, I'm looking at, you know, I'll be playing things like Musume, you know, Arknights, turn-based games, you know, games where I don't have to worry about trying to control the character. I tried to play Zenless when I was on holiday. One, my phone kept overheating anyway because it was red hot in Greece, so you only had to take photos for a bit and the phone was overheating. But two, one, even if the game had a RAM fine, I wouldn't have been able to. I couldn't do shit, bro. It was like a monkey trying to play a game, right? I didn't grow up playing mobile games, so like I suck at trying to play games on mobile. I do. Yes, there are. I've never met a New Yorker I liked. Oh, is that? Are we talking about? Oh yeah, I get you. I live in one of the top 10 countries in terms of crime rate, bro. I love it here. I think we're number 6 last year. Yeah, like, you know what? It's, you know, I do like Britain, right? I do. There's Britain's got some really cool stuff. We've also got a lot of shit, right? Like every country, right? Every country's got its problems, hasn't it? You know, we've got crime. You know, we've got one of the worst things in the UK at the minute is just the cost of living, you know? I think we're in the most expensive country in the world in regards to electricity prices. Fuel's ridiculous. And all of this is because of like green agenda stuff, like, which whatever you think about that stuff, but that's why we've got it, right? You know, rent, mortgages, bills, everything's just so freaking expensive, which sucks balls, of course. You know, but there is some great things about Britain, and there's obviously some trashy things about Britain as well. I'm sure, like every country, you know, every country's got its pros and cons, right? You know, where you're like, dude, our country's great for this, but this other stuff not so good. Limbers, for example, the CEO did a player breakdown and the PC mobile split was about 65-35. What in regards to more towards PC? Oh, okay, I get you. I want to re-roll my IRL account, man. Where's my 6-star money parents? Shake my head. I know, yeah. Like, bruh. Come on. Where's my silver spoon, man? But that shit would taste nice. You know? Alright, guys. Can we have a little cleanser here? Something different. I'm curious, though. We're going to watch this level cap video because I want to see this here. This is a general news video here, right? But I'm curious to see what he's got to say if there's anything other than the whole Hightail situation. If you don't know, Hightail's done. It's not happening. It's gone. Riot fucking shot it. They took it out back and they put 2 rounds into its head. It's not happening, which is a shame. It was a game that I was looking forward to for a while, and Rosie was actually really looking forward to. It was a game we was going to play together. So I am a little bit disappointed over it, all right, but you know, it is what it is. Riot, of course, you know Riot. One of my favourite games over the last few years, Valorant. I really, really enjoy Valorant. So is Riot's empire crumbling? We have heard these rumours that potentially the MMO that they're working on might have been soft cancelled without it being actually announced. We know it kind of kept getting put on the back burner. So let's see if there's anything here that does allude to that, shall we, guys?
Hey guys, Level Cap here, and welcome to This Week in Gaming, your weekly news recap on everything going on in the world of video games. This week, some of the cracks in Riot's
Vault of Gold
are starting to show. A major gaming initiative is facing a harsh deadline.
I ain't played it for a while.
Stalker 2 got a major update that everyone was waiting for, and much more. Riot Games,
still waiting on Pioneer as well.
One of the industry's most lucrative companies, appears to be tightening its belt after years of heavy spending. This week, Riot canceled Hytale, a highly anticipated open-world RPG inspired by Minecraft that had been in development for 7 years at Hypixel Studios, which Riot acquired.
Now, is this more of a symptom of what's going on at Riot, or is this positioning of Tencent? Because Tencent on Riot, right? And we've seen Tencent going into, like, you know, take majority stake in companies like Wuthering Waves, pulling out of other businesses as well, trying to acquire, who was it they were trying to acquire now? Was it Nexon? I can't remember. Was it Nexon or NetEase? It was something like that, right? They were trying to, apparently there was rumors that they were connected with them. I know it was a big Korean publisher, right? I think it was Nexon, right? So maybe at the moment, Tencent are doing a bit of reshuffling. They're looking to invest in different areas. maybe they're tightening the strings on Riot at the moment, and they're having to make decisions because of that.
In 2020. Reports indicate that Riot gave developers at least several months to find new funding, but no other publishers were interested, leading to the project's shutdown. Hytale's development was costly, with the studio founder revealing monthly expenses of $400,000 before his 2019 departure. He says the project seemed like it
400k back then. Holy shit, bro.
was about 2 years away from release at that time.
That's just expenses as well. Holy shit. No
Scope
wonder the
creep
fucking
and
thing didn't
technical
happen.
overhauls likely led to ballooning costs and delays. Adding to speculation about Riot's financial pressures, the company just announced it will allow sports betting sponsorships in League of Legends and Valorant esports events to help fund their financially struggling Tier 2 competitive scene. Previously,
Makes sense, right? I've heard these from people who've owned esports teams. They're like, you know what? If you want to burn a shit ton of money, buy an esports team or start an esports team. You know, esports outside of like Korea, really, it's not incredibly lucrative. And you know, I guess there's companies that have black holes of pockets, and that's betting companies, right? We've seen what the deal is with Kick and how much money companies like Stake have just got to throw around. So it makes sense, right? Whether you agree with it from a moralistic point of view is totally moot. It makes sense that they're doing it from a monetary point of view, I guess.
Riot had banned those sponsorships, even as esports betting has become a multi-billion-dollar industry with over $10 billion reportedly wagered on League of Legends alone. Riot says it'll vet all betting partners and support regulations and
right. There ain't much money in owning a team. There's a lot of money in controlling where the betting goes, though.
education to minimize negative impacts, especially given past match-fixing scandals in Valorant. Betting ads will not appear in official event broadcasts for now. The move suggests Riot is seeking new revenue streams as its main games alone may no
watch it start happening in unofficial events, yeah, and then start fucking making bank, and then Riot are going to be like, yeah. We had that all planned all along. We plan to do that all
longer
along.
Be enough to sustain both development and
Jukes.
expansive esports ecosystem. This marks a notable shift for Riot, which until recently was known for lavish spending on projects like the $250 million Arcane animated series.
Shit can only happen
which
for
holds
so
the
long,
record
though, right?
for the most expensive animated show ever made.
I
Alongside
didn't know
Hytale's
that.
cancellation, Riot recently axed Smash Bros. Style fighting game in development with some layoffs. They closed its indie publishing.
That makes sense, though. Like, is that really a lucrative space to go into at the moment, right? I just don't think it is, you know what I mean? It's like this whole thing with if this is what they're doing with spending, it's like, man, is the MMO going to actually happen? Because the MMOs have become quite niche now, right? Incredibly expensive, very risky, and ultimately kind of niche nowadays, right?
Label Riot Forge and canceled an in-house streaming service that would have competed with Twitch and hosted all of their live events. The Stop Killing Games initiative, led by Ross Scott, is facing a crucial deadline. If it doesn't reach 1 million signatures by mid-July, Scott says he will end his efforts. This campaign aims to push for a new regulation that would prevent games from becoming unplayable when DRM services or online services are shut down. Unlike a typical petition in the US, reaching 1 million signatures would legally require the UK government to consider these proposals, which include requiring clear end-of-life plans for live service games.
The thing is, though, so many of those things happen in the UK, and he just gets passed through the floor, the fucking the house, and fuck all happens.
Games being outlined before purchase.
These are the type of things that are usually put forward in the House of Parliament, and there's like three MPs sitting in the House of Parliament. No one's listening, you know what I mean?
Proposals include alternatives to DRM that would allow people to continue playing those games once the online services go offline. The movement has gained attention due to recent high-profile game shutdowns such as The Crew, Concord, Resident Evil Reverse, Defiant, Multiverses, and several EA Sports titles, cutting
I didn't know The Crew had shut down.
off millions of players from the games that they purchased. However, according to Ross, progress has stalled around 400,000 signatures, which is being blamed on
Clarification, they're required to discuss it. Yeah, that, you know, it'll just be something that just gets fucking passed through like nothing. Like say, you know, when you see that like certain bills or certain potential items up for discussion are discussed in the House of Parliament, and there'll be somebody speaking about it, and there'll be like 3 MPs in the House. You know, like They just don't care.
Options fueled by
I
popular
enjoyed
streamer
X-Defiance
Pirate
launch.
Software.
I get
Pirate Software
what
claims
happened,
the
but
initiative
yeah.
would impose unrealistic
Was fun.
and detrimental
Fun while I played it.
restrictions on developers, a stance Scott says is based on misinterpretations of the campaign's actual goals. Pirate Software's content on the matter is highly viewed and has had a big impact on the perception
Fucking
of the matter.
Concord, man.
In response, Scott released a detailed video this week addressing some of the perceived
Just
inaccuracies
formalities,
with
pretty
Pirate
much, yeah.
Software's content, while reiterating the initiative's request.
They tighten gambling laws for games, so I would never say never. Oh, yeah, but that's more like, I think that's a thing that, like, politicians can understand a little bit more, and they'd probably see as a little bit more important. You might be right, you know, I'm not saying never. I just think it's a summit because it's a little bit more abstract to them, you know. No, you probably would find the odd MP, sorry, that would be an important thing to them over ownership, and they'd argue that from that standpoint in regards to the other MPs. They'd argue because obviously that's what it's all about. Or you know, most MPs just wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They just wouldn't care.
And goals. Since Scott released this video, several major content creators have independently released their own videos publicly supporting Stop Killing Games and backing Scott's clarification of Pirate Software's claims. If the initiative gets the signatures it requires, it could be the first major step towards real change for consumers that prevents games from disappearing forever as soon as the studios stop supporting.
Like companies like EA, Ubisoft, and all these, they've got such powerful lobbying arms as well now, haven't they? That's the problem as well, you know. And even if, like, you know, envelopes don't get passed around, people will just, like, they'll put the fear of God into politicians of, like, this could affect the economies and the industry, because, like, you know, Britain's got, like, a burgeoning, a decent gaming development industry now, hasn't it? You know, there's some really big developers, and you know, there's a lot of talent here, and that use that argument that it's gonna destroy their profitability and all of this extra shit, like, you know. And I'd love it to happen, of course. Obviously, I don't want to see companies get shafted, but at the same time, ownership over the things you've bought is important, right? Because we are heading towards that future of you're gonna own nothing and like it kind of future, and it's not a future I really want to go towards, if I'm honest.
Them. And obviously this issue has much larger ramifications beyond just the gaming world, and it would be interesting to see if these ideas around digital content purchase would eventually work their way into things like digital movie purchases and stuff like that. Stalker 2's latest update is an absolutely critical one. It makes sweeping improvements to the game's unique A-Life AI system that dynamically simulates all NPCs in the world in real time. Prior to this update, A-Life wasn't considered feature complete and had numerous bugs preventing it from working as intended. The developers say the 1.5 update represents their base goals for A-Life and Stalker 2, though more improvements are still in development.
I mean, we already
read
the
The developers also released the game's mod
these,
tools, which include a 700 gigabyte download of uncompressed game assets. These tools and assets combined give modders essentially free reign to do whatever they want with the game. In a nutshell, if you're waiting for better AI or mods to play Stalker 2, this patch delivers them. That said, there are still performance issues and bugs the developer.
Good to see the devs are really opening up to modding as well. Big W. Love it when, as a PC gamer, love it. You know, one of the best things about old Bethesda games, right? You know, I remember enjoying modding GTA and stuff as well. This is always good. Modders usually come through and make good games great, and great games even better, right?
Developers are working to address in future updates, so the game isn't entirely out of the woods just yet. The indie football
this is supposed to be really good,
yeah. Rematch has hit 1 million units sold since it launched on the 19th. The game is similar to Rocket League, except instead of a car, you're actually playing a person kicking a ball towards a goal. And both games also share these enclosed arenas and boost-like mechanics. But the real charm of Rematch is its in-depth simulation of ball control and no rules aggressive gameplay. There's no penalties in Rematch, so players are free to strip the ball or even tackle the ball carrier however they want. All characters on the field are also controlled by real players, adding the need for teamwork to win matches. These developers are really showing their pedigree with their previous success as well with Sifu, which is a kung fu brawler. Both games are...
Wow, what a fucking switch from Sifu to that. I guess though, like when you think about the way the models work and stuff, like, whoa, what a switch from a kung fu action brawler into a 3v3 individual PvP football game. That's kind of insane.
Punishing but accessible, and reviews constantly praise the game's ability to keep them hooked despite launch bugs and server issues.
I had really good things about
Dune
Sifu, actually.
Awakening's most criticized design issue, the endgame being mostly PvP focused, is already getting addressed.
Still want to play
The game's
this.
creative
Still want to play
director
this.
Released an open letter addressing
Been doing really well,
complaints
hasn't he?
about the focus on PvP. He says their goal is to not force PvE players into PvP.
Yeah, so I think basically what this is, the game like puts you into position for like majority of the start of the game up until the end game is you're doing PvE. And then at the end game, it's like, right, to continue tearing up, right, I think you need to go and get involved with PvP. And there was individual players who were like, shit, well, if I don't want to do that. So I think they were going to adjust it so you're going to be able to get access to that sort of stuff without having to engage with it too much. As somebody who will happily engage in PvP, but sometimes in these sort of games, if you're running solo, or even if you're not, you can be getting ganked by big groups of players sometimes, can't you? So, you know, I can understand some people being like, well, you know, considering the game's taught me to be PvP or PvE orientated, it's a bit of a switch like.
Combat. A new update on the game's public test client has expanded PvE zones that PvP combat is disabled in, including some of the game's most high reward loot areas, in which they call the
That's cool for
Deep
PvE
Desert,
players,
aka
then?
the endgame area. In essence, they've effectively made half of the endgame zone PvE only, whereas before PvE areas made up less than 1/5 of the desert map. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 just got a new endless wave horde mode called Siege.
Ooh.
This is a
Still need to
three-player
pick this game
co-op
up.
PvE mode
Still need to pick
that's
this game up.
played in waves of 5. Every 5th wave, there's a boss battle the players have to beat to continue to the next set of waves. After the 15th, the difficulty is increased. Resources become less generous, and there's shorter prep time between waves. There's no wave limit, so how long players can survive is the only goal. The free renown currency in Rainbow Six Siege has been buffed following complaints that it was slower to earn after the X update launched. This currency is used to unlock operators via gameplay, and Ubisoft says the X update lowered the earn rate by roughly 10%. Technically,
That's
the
a
game
lot,
is
man.
designed to reward infrequent players with more renown than the previous version of Siege via weekly and daily challenges. However, it seems players viewed the 10% drop in renown as an overall grindier experience. The highly anticipated Death Stranding 2 is now out, and the consensus seems to be that the game is an improvement over the first in
Never even played the first one.
terms of making its deep and
Oh, you playing
broad
Dune, are you, dude?
gameplay more accessible, though its narrative is heavier on unskippable cutscenes and exposition that tend to bog things down. Gameplay footage of Resident Evil Requiem was released, showcasing the game's more horror-centric design. Recent entries in the franchise have blended action survival with puzzle solving and horror to create sort of a hybrid experience where you spend a lot of time afraid for your life before you plowed into a monster with a car. For Requiem, the developers avoided picking a central character because they wanted somebody who would be afraid of the horrors they face instead of, you know, drop-kicking whatever pops out of the shadows. The snippets of gameplay showcased are pretty brief, but the game overall looks great, and it's sure to be another solid entry in the franchise if the developers keep things on track.
Resi fans eating good
Now,
then by
just
the
a
looks
heads
of
up
it.
for Battlefield fans out there, another round of play testing for Battlefield Labs is happening this week, so stay
nice.
tuned on Monday for any major leaks or news.
Dude, I can't
about the
wait for
next
Battlefield 6.
Battlefield title.
I can't
and that
wait.
wraps it up for today's episode of This Week in Gaming. If you enjoyed it, drop me a like, subscribe for more content like it, and up next, check out what it's like going back to Battlefront 2 this many years later. The game
Okay,
is having
alright, cool.
a major resurgence.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Battlefront 2's been popping off recently, yeah. So yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see what goes down with Roy. I really want to hear some news on this MMO because I've got a feeling it's gone. You know, honestly, I've got a feeling it's gone, man. I just think it's done. I think we've seen the last of it because we've had no news now for ages, for absolutely ages. And it's a little bit worrying. I'd just rather get the announcement now. You know, I'd just rather just tell us. Just tell us, man. Can we just just let us know? We'll take the pain and we can get over it, kind of thing. Let me just check my emails again, see if I've got anything from Nevernice to Evernice. Fuck! I don't think your bro's getting in, chat. I don't think your bro's getting in, man. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. Nice cheese. Okay then. Alright, should we jump into some Arknights? Let's do it. Let's do it, chat. Let's do it. I was going to chuck 100 quid on Arknights earlier. I might do. I might do it, chat. I think I'm going to do it, chat. I'm going to do a cheeky temple. Chat. Chat. Against my better instincts. I think I'm going to do a cheeky temple on the D-Gen banner. Shall we? Should we not? Should we not? I don't know. Should we? Should we be back? Gameplay in my stream? The fuck is this? Do it. Do it. Canal game. Let me put the volume on. There's a new banner that guarantees you a new operator. Oh, is that what that banner was? This one, yeah. First 6-star operator obtained is guaranteed to be new once only. Wait. Guarantees... Oh, okay. For 5-star in the next 10 rolls. Yeah, I don't think that video's going down as he wanted it. Of course, it'll be accused of being brigaded by crazy Arknights players, but you know, I saw people in there who seemed like they were commenting from like seemed like viewers. It was just like, yeah, this one ain't it, chief. This one ain't it, chief. All right, fuck it. Alright, let's just do a temple then, yeah? Fuck it, let's do a temple. Alright. Guys! Oh, send me the energy. The good vibes. You know? Focus. 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 Let's get it in there. Let's get it in there. Let's get it in there. We're gonna do him. Do the banner pigs guaranteed new op. No! You is coming! Dude, it's a temple. I was gonna spend 100 quid on the game today, so we can just wait until the banner drops and then we can spend, right? We can spend. I haven't spent on the banners yet in game, and I'm down. I'm sorry, I'm down. We're gonna do it. It's falling into the trap, chat. Fuck us. Fuck me. Let's about that. Fuck me.
Fang,
Scam. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck us. Fuck you guys. Yeah, definitely.
Hello. I'm Myrrh. An herbalist.
Oh, yeah, I have, yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't think I got it, but yeah, I have. Hello. Too bad. So sad.
Such a big mobile facility before.
Skill issue. Time to quit Arknights.
Codename Aireen. Officially joining today.
We're building P, right? You mean you don't build P?
Hello, I'm Meteor, the archer from the woods.
Ally, I salute you in true snow realm.
Bye, man. Here's a 5-star.
Londinium citizen,
Rock.
forecaster Rock reporting in.
Already got the Rock.
Hi, I'm Spot from Operation Reserve.
This is intern
Hibiscus. Hibiscus. Yeah, well, that was a waste of 10 pools, chat. Why did I listen to you lot, man? Why did I listen to you lot? Shouldn't I listen to you? Never listen to chat. Never stop gambling. Wait, is you a freaking, is you part of an Annie banner? It's but a scratch. 99% of gamblers stop before they hit big. It's true. It's true. It's true. Should we do a cheeky... Oh, I don't know whether to just do a 10 ball. I don't know if to just do a 10 ball. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Why not, right?
You're the boss of this training camp? And they call you the doctor? But you don't look strong. Whatever. I'm Bubble. I may be the weakest in my tribe right now, but you're gonna train me until I'm the second strongest.
I quit. Fuck this game. I'm going back to fucking... I'm going back to Uber, man. What's that? 20 hate videos incoming. 20 hate... 20 hate videos incoming, chat. 20 hate videos incoming. I am honestly looking to, I was thinking about slapping, a cheeky 100 on here, if I'm honest. So let me check cheeky 100, you know what I mean? Cheeky 100. Cheeky 100. Trying to play Blue Archive. 1 hate video of a sheeple, right? Let's go gambling! It's definitely the next 10 balls for sure. We'll stream tomorrow, yeah? Looks like it. Looks like it. You know what I mean? Fuck that, I'm going all in. I'm going to play Genshin. I'm going to play Genshin. I got hit so hard, I'm going back to Genshin. Chat. It's over. 07. It's good while it lasted. It's good while it lasted.
Is this how you greet Texas? Is this how you greet Texas? Is this how you greet Texas too? Is this how you greet Texas?
I'm trying to convert you back into a Kuro bot for real.
Is this how you greet Texas? Is this how you greet Texas? Is this how you greet Texas too? Is this how you greet Texas? Is this how you greet? Is this how you greet Texas too?
Fucking got him. Got him, chat. Yo Star Hypergryph got me. They got me, chat. Max potted anyway, I guess. It's Max. I got Max pot, Jessica, though. It's alright. It was worth it. It's totally worth it. I got a Max pot, Jessica. It's not copium. Big Struts next 6-star next temple. I don't even know what my bit is at, where I'm at with bitty and that. I still don't know the ins and outs, honestly, with the Arknights, the OG Arknights systems anyway, if I'm honest. Colonel guarantee. Stop bullying in Wua. Well, that's it. That's why I can spend a little bit in this, because the only game I've spent on since I've come back off holiday is Zenless. I spent like 40 quid in Zenless. Which I do regret a little bit, if I'm honest. I'm not gonna lie, I got buyer's remorse because I got Yishuan. I didn't get a weapon, so I'm kind of like, fuck, man. And a weapon's really important, you know what I mean? Pitty's at 60 pulls. I think you're 50-ish. Go all in because Pitty don't carry over. Hold up then. Out of curiosity, what will $100 get me in pools? What's that? What's that in pools? First time bonus included. What's that in pools? What's what you said? Yeah, I spent 60 quid, just under 60 quid on Arknights. I bought 2 packs, didn't I? I bought the two selectors. $34 OP is a 10 ball. So I think 100 gets me 260. Yeah. 260 OP, right. Maybe around about 50, 60 pulls, right? I think it's... Is it 130 plus the bonus? Is it 130? Let me double check. Yeah, so it'd be 260 altogether. It's 260 LP, so it's a bit like 50, 60 pulls, something like that. Lose 50-50 later, then hit hard to get the unions true. It does. Like 70. Yeah, 260. $78 pulls. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did get the what's it, I did get the level pack. Must be 38. Was it 38 this time? However much it was. Yeah, 78 pulls is decent actually. It's like I can't see myself spending on Wuthering Waves anymore, right? If it was up to Rose, I wouldn't spend on any game, but I just can't see my spending on Wuthering Waves. I'm not playing it enough to anyway. And my spending on Zenless is like sporadic and rare. So like at the minute, I'm not even spending on any games at the moment. You know what I mean? I'm like not even spending on any games. Just gonna scout my ass. Trade your gold certs for a pool. You get like 30 plus pulls with gold certs. Or the background pack. He's justifying gambling chat, let him cook. Why the fuck is YouTube giving me an eye or somebody what the chat is talking about? Yeah, it's weird, yeah. It's weird. Need 258 gold certs to get everything, you only have 100. You need to say 258 yellow certs to buy 38 pulls once you up to once a month. Ah, okay. Yeah, YouTube's loving the AI stuff now. YouTubies. You need to save 258 yellow certs, 38 pulls. Okay. Spend your green certs at least. I guess we could buy some headhunting permits and some random, yeah, and then some LMD. Save your gold certs for a guaranteed op. I think with 100 you can get up to level 4 of the yellow certs. You're gonna piss like a puppy sat on the porch. No save, just gamba. Fuck pity. All in. All in. All or nothing. Oh, look, 2 seconds, guys. Yo, guys, as well, if you haven't already dropped a like on the stream, drop a like on the stream. Bro, I'm annoyed. I want you to get into this NTE beta, man. I'm actually kind of pissed. Will any more emails be going out between now and the game's launch? Does anybody know? U-Fund's running dry. Yeah, drop a like, man. I need every penny that I can get, chat. Because if you like the stream, I might actually get a few more pence. Take Rosa for a cheeky Nando's instead. Sounds like Twitch drop is a ticket to be added to a raffle. Then yeah, it seems like you get put into a raffle. I think that says once you claim it though, you should receive an email according to what chat was saying. But I ain't seen I need 4. Oh no, yeah, I know. Oh. No, about 4. Not that fucking 14. That 14. Actually, he's on here. Oh, just imagine though. Just imagine though. How many pools have I got left altogether? It's 6 pop, yeah. Only Ellie's Fartooth. Don't listen to the Gamba Demon. $60-ish, okay. Finally got Inez in this banner. Oh, did you? Nice. I am thinking about it, to be fair. This banner is kind of tempting, man. This banner is kind of tempting. I look shit in this game, you know what I mean? Inez would be nice, though. Don't listen to the scam artist propaganda, save your pools. I feel like I need to support the development of Enfield, though. You know what I mean? I feel like I need to support the development of Enfield, though, chat. Okay? So, yeah. I feel like I need to support the development of Enfield. Scammed. Scammed.
Nice to meet you, Doctor. I'm Lena, the person.
If Pix gets 6 on this man, I would run outside right now, naked. Oh man, we need to do more pulls now. We need to do more pulls. You gotta vlog. You gotta vlog it. You gotta vlog it. You gotta vlog it.
Activation of reserve op.
Okay. Alright. Game's called my bluff now. Game's called my bluff now, chat. Alright. Fuck. Yo, Star. Fuck. Hypergryph. I'm done. It's not my favourite game anymore. The scam merchant strikes again. Alright, let's go then. Should we jump into this then? Continue it, shall we? Let's continue it. Alright, let's go. Devil's on the shoulder moment, right? Where you're hesitating, spend more money on Hypergryph game for glazing the game. True. True. I'm trying to think of ways to justify it myself as well. I do really want to get you though, so like what we've got now and spending, we should hopefully get you, yeah. You know? It's Jova, right? Do you know what? Think about it. I think Rover is the best MC in gacha gaming. Just saying, you know? Honestly, yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Hold up a second now. This one, cycle each walk from end to end, repeat the process again and again. What does that say? This is but one cycle. Each person will walk from one end to another and repeat the... Okay, what we got here should be okay. Yeah, we've got lots of range units here, but it should do the job, right? Alright, let's do it. Threw up a little bit hearing that. I know what I said. No one could just watch from the sidelines. There could be no bystanders. And yet, I still wanted to escape from the war, the babble from W and from Her Majesty. So I ran. What a hypocrite. Do I regret it? Maybe. But even if I stayed there, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything. 5:58 AM, light drizzle. Northernmost outskirts of Kazdel, mercenary camp at the edge of the war zone. A few months after leaving Babel, it's intel. Come on, say something. You're normally pretty glib. What's there to talk about? Why are you throwing a question back at me? This deadlock has been dragging on for ages. Do you think the scales will tip overnight? What the hell happened these last 6 months? Aren't things moving way too quickly? We all know something went wrong. As to exactly where, nobody knows. I guess I shouldn't say nobody. Her Majesty and the people around her, that never should have happened to them. That's what we all think. But right now, what about us? Will the same thing happen to us? Too soon. This war ended too quickly. Up until last month, we were still working for our contract with Babel. Then, they went quiet. We've stopped getting any news. Pig's got back 50 crore points. Yes. I've got to work overtime now, man. I've got to get back in. I got to make up them pulls, man. I got to shuck the shlong, the Kuro shlong. Everyone knew which side we were on, and it's not like we were even ready to leave. If that's really the end of things, we have nowhere to run. Tell the messengers start pulling contacts and see what intel we can dig up. Maybe we'll have to return to the real battlefield. I also figured that day was coming. We all knew it deep down, didn't we? Yo, Ken, what's up, dude? Logos is a new storyteller. You like you raising you addicted? Am you addicted? If we really wanted to wash our hands of the whole thing, we wouldn't have agreed to work with them in the first place. We could have left on our own, crossed Lake Valenden, and made a killing somewhere else. Inez, stop. It'd be even harder for us to pull out of there. Too easy to get lost in that warmth. We get drunk on it. Pulling out is kind of hard. Maybe we should just abandon Babel and take our people away. You still have that same old problem. You're getting sentimental again. I can't tell you how long, but it feels like it's been ages since I made a good decision that actually helped us. Maybe we really don't belong on the battlefield anymore. Enough of that. Which one of us is a Sarkaz here? Is there a single other place on Terra, like even a wooden shed over our heads, that can handle a bunch of bloodstained Sarkaz? Don't always blame yourself. We all share the burden. Also, looking back, I can say that you made the right decision to take W in W. She's made a lot of money for us and offed a lot of people. Hope so. She's still alive. I don't think she'd die so easily. She spent a decent amount of time with Her Majesty as well. Who knows? Maybe she learned a thing or two. We need to get a grasp quick of the situation in Kazdel right now. If we can find her again, things might get a little easier. Do we really need her to back us up? Fine. What a damn shame. Yeah, Ken, yeah. AK's now the worst gacha game in Pix Library. Yeah, man, I need to go play fucking Cat Fantasy, bro. That game respects my time and my balls. There you are. Ugh, you sure know how to run. You look dead inside. I heard what you've been up to lately, W. And you should also know that you're the last one. You're right. As you can see, a lot of people died in this battle. All you're doing at this point is running up the score. The way I see things, anyone who isn't dead yet has done a lot more than you ever have. Shut up. Do you need another reminder? Teresa is dead. All of Kazdel, all of Terra will know that Kazdel has a new king. But that was just a decapitation strike. A lot of your core operators are still alive. Like that commander of yours who never showed up again. That made the right call. His Majesty didn't completely annihilate you because he wants to put a stop to the chaos. Kazdel needs him to pave a new path forward. What about you? Who are you to lecture anyone right or wrong about right or wrong? Of course you won't say it, but I know that's what you're thinking. And while you're thinking, you're trying to erase all those faces from your memory, one by one. After all, you're just here to vent. Just a petty little mercenary drowning in a worthless revenge. You can't beat anyone. I can definitely beat you. Pretty easily too. Killing me doesn't prove anything. All you do is run your mouth. Are you trying to read my mind or just getting some last words out before you die? A bit of both. I won't deny it. Ever since I almost choked on the blood of my friends, I haven't been able to hold a weapon. We all bled, splattered across Babel's palace. What you've seen, I've seen so much more. Since you found me, I guess my fate is sealed. Huh. I know. Save your breath. To be honest, I just kind of want to kill you. Call it a little relief from the stress of unemployment. I really underestimated you, psycho. Can you really pull that trigger without any anger behind it? Or are you so far gone that you don't even feel anything? You're alone now. How many of our people do you plan to hunt down? Don't you realise you're not even thinking about Her Majesty Teresa? You're just helping him silence us, and will you shut it already? I already wanted to. I thought you wanted to die. If you ran back to your little regent, do you really think I could butcher my way through Kazdel and drag all of you out one by one? You won't. None of you will. When you people killed her, you knew what you'd never be able to return to Kazdel again. You'll never go back to the way things were before. Nobody who actually saw what she looked like would have been able to keep cool, except for those real monsters. So you're all waiting for one special person, me, your executioner. I'm here to finally set you free. And I'm doing it for free too. How great is that? Boss? Boss? Self-righteous lunatic. What you said is true. We stained our hands with her blood. But even then, you never should have called that man His Majesty. Teresa's the only one who gets that title. You might have lived to speak a few more words. I hope the usurper isn't rushing to get fitted for a crown. I mean, he'll be losing his head in a minute here. It'd be such a waste. Just wait till Teresa. If you don't surrender, you get other mercs on you. Next time, you'll be the prey. Well, look who it is. I thought you two left Kazdel ages ago. Long time no see. Oh, they're here. Darknights Memoir is before and after the Babel event. Well, we're after it now, right? From her perspective. Compared to how long this war has been going on, it was a weekend getaway. But I can't believe how you've grown. I spooked you. Your hands are shaking. Just a little rusty. Seen pictures, understand what's going on. Yeah, I do. Our intel did say that you'd be alone here. But we're almost 200 kilometers out from Taba. What do you plan to do with that rickety corpse of yours? Or have you been dragging yourself around like this for months, all alone? It wasn't that hard, but I guess there is a lot of stuff that's a pain in the ass to do by myself. Like if you're rushing to patch yourself up, you could suddenly find your infection getting a lot worse. It's whatever, as long as I don't die, and don't die easy. That tower looks familiar. Where are we? Here. We're on the Western Battle Zone. The coordinates are... Oh, right. This is where W died. And where you joined us. This place has been blasted into ruins. What are you feeling? Nostalgic? Do I look like the nostalgic type? My last target just happened to run over here. I know you two came for a reason, just like last time. Let's cut to the chase. The region has united all of Kazdel's armed forces. The remaining mercenaries will also be united to form a real standing army to be sent all throughout Terra. What a busybody. It's understandable. Unless the big shots in Victoria and Laterano are useless pieces of shit with butter for brains, nobody's just going to sit back and let Kazdel rebuild after reunification. Maybe we can borrow a few of the folks here and stir up some unrest again. Bad idea, even if you're trying to get revenge. Don't forget how many of our people with us now fought side by side with Teresa. Sarkaz mercenaries like us never really had a dog in the fight. Most people don't like thinking. They just need someone to give them orders. They're kind of on the opposite side now then, yeah. There's a reason W is one of the best characters in Arknights. Which is the King Jong-un of Arknights. So if all the Sarkaz will listen to the Regent, then he's won. Ines, did it hurt when you carved your horns to look all Sarkazy? Did they bleed? No. And your little disguise isn't even skin deep. Keep playing the Sarkaz and you're going to get yourself killed. Thanks for the concern. I can hardly contain my bile. I'm just not in the mood to hear you're calling yourself a Sarkaz right now. I decided to go down this path, and it's the only one I can follow at this point. W. Since Her Majesty Teresa disappeared, Kazdel has changed a lot, completely turned on its head. Most Sarkaz don't have a choice, not to mention, it's also a tempting proposition for many others. So, let me guess, because you didn't have time to make it out, you accepted the murderer's proposal. We'd be a bunch of icy stiffs if we didn't. Looks like I'm not going to be able to change your mind. I'm not as cruel as you used to be. Why don't we let our swords do the talking for our old time's sake? Slow up a minute. You might be interested in what I have to say next. We're not going back to Kazdel. We're headed to Ursus. Now that's a surprise. You should have said that earlier. I was this close to killing you. But you've got my attention. Let's talk, Captain Hodera. Okay. Alright. You're eating while watching? Most people don't like thinking they just want somebody to give orders as bars. Just outside Kazdel, there are some infected uprisings. They're paying top dollar for mercs, and the Regent is looking to manipulate some of the infected for his own goals. The power of the infected. But most of their forces are still up in the frozen land of Ursus. And the Regent's not interested in the... So, like, this is prior to, all, like, Chernobog and all that sort of shit. Yeah, I mean, the old Ursus situation, and then to Lungman, yeah. Prequel is peak. I know, I'll correct myself then. This is Chernobog. Have you played the mini-side story event example like Sammy story featuring? No. And the Regent's not interested in the dilapidated vacant throne of Kazdel anymore. He's got his eye on someplace else. Man's checking his NTIs. The so-called reunion movement is gathering the oppressed and downtrodden of all races. It's a fine piece to put in play for the next required step. I just want to play the game, man, you know? So nobody will get suspicious if you join this reunion movement and left Kazdel far, far behind. And then what? We'll take things one step at a time, W. You already know what I want, and I also might know what you want. You're right. That does seem like a better move. I'm after a real monster here, after all. And the old woman disappeared too. Maybe there really is no more reason to stay in Kazdel. I'm not letting you two run the show this time. There's things I want to do, choices I want to make for myself. That cool with you? The Regent will send someone to muster the mercenary army. If it's just between our little group here, it's fine. We will help you. Don't worry. I've always been good at coping with my boss. Alright then. Welcome back, W. Alright. The gang's back together. The gang's back together. Bro, my Twitter has been filled with nothing but Subway Slammer front. Dude, that fucking shit's peak, I think. It's great. Stop sitting still, man. You're making the screen look frozen. Well, I'm dead still, am I? Getting away from Kazdel, huh? W has changed a lot. She never had her own ideas now. She should have her own ideas now. I pushed Inez down this path too, but she's stronger than I expected. As for me, occasionally, if you climb up somewhere high and look down, you can see the plumes of smoke rising from Kazdel. Maybe I'm the one who wants to escape from this place the most. DM6, far away. Oh, see, dickheads again, yeah.
Good scenery here, Doctor.
We dealt with them before, though, pretty alright, though, didn't we? If we attack him, yeah, do they all activate now? Is this little bastard going over here? Oh.
Almost we're counting on you again today, little apple. I'm listening. There you are.
Oh, well, shit. Fuck. We're fucked. Yep. There's problems. We got problems. Boys, I think we got problems here. We may have a problem, chat. We may have a problem. Lappy just got fucked. Oh, shit. Can Metal even... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yep. Oh, Reggie. Okay, we don't want to do that then. We need to get a couple more units and then we can deal with them, yeah? Okay, alright. Okay, alright. We're cool. I have to drop a couple of, what's it here? Because... Maybe we could just drop Myrtle and maybe bring in like a Fang as well, maybe. Nah, we'll just not drop Cruise yet. Alright. I think we go again.
Keep track of my position.
Yeah, as soon as I put it down, I was like,
to strike.
I think this might be a problem. I was like, no. I think we'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be able to cruise through this. Not true.
Good scenery here, Doctor. Gather around me, guys.
Solid positioning.
Okay, should we maybe bring some of these guys out though? No. Too early?
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
Might be too early, right? Might be too early. No, I think we'll be alright. Oh, they're going for them though, yeah. They're going up here. Where are they going? What's their path? Are they gonna come round?
Just try me.
I'm not too sure about their path. And he's gonna come down. Oh, fuck.
We're counting on you again.
No, we're good. We're okay. Jack, we're cool. What the fuck are they doing? Come down here, you little pricks. There we go.
Need to cover up. If secrets go public, then everybody's in the game.
Yeah, we're good.
They only remember my blade.
Oh shit, maybe not. Nah, we're okay. Yeah, we're all good. Peace. I think, yeah, peace.
They only remember my blade.
This show has this spotlight shines on us.
We're counting on you.
Yeah,
again
peace,
today,
peace.
little apple.
Peace. Fuck out of here, bro. Okay, we should probably maybe have had, what's it, drop back a little bit, right?
皆さん、手加減無料です。
Oh, fuck, who's this geezer? Starts battle in standby and will not attack upon being injured. Becomes combat ready and it's... Oh, fucking hell. Is he going to get hit straight away? He's in it. Fuck.
They only remember my blade. Follow me into the shadows.
Loading complete.
Nah, we're good. We're okay. I mean, we're okay. Oh, maybe not. We might have some problems.
Deploying.
I think we want arts on these dudes, don't we? Don't we want arts on these dudes? Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. We're right, boys. We're right, boys. We're right, boys. It's all good. It's all good, lads.
This show hasn't
It's all good.
This spotlight shines on us.
No problemo. No problemo. Probably why I see that, actually. I'm not confident I'm 2 times in. Turn it off now and again, just in case. Just in case. Just in case. And that's a good idea, right? Is that a good idea? What if I... No, I can put 1 unit down there, yeah. I was going to say, what if I pull... What if I...
Almost dozed off.
Where's bro going? Okay, he's about to go up here now, yeah. I was just going to throw what's it over there, then. You got the range room, actually.
Doctor, let me do it.
There we go. Asking actually need somebody in that placement. Love top line is fighting slide for bottom line is there chilling. No, I wanted to block him and then put point cone down. I was planning to block him there, but I was like, whatever, I'll just let him do his thing and we'll kill him. What happened to Babel? Any sarcasm in contact with her Majesty Teresa at the time would have asked this question. W definitely saw the truth, but she said nothing during the long journey. I didn't ask, and neither did Ines, but I think she's closer to the truth than I am. Before I knew it, I found myself trailing behind everyone else. Of course. Yes, it'll be fine. I'll keep contact with the other teams. By your command. Okay, what's going on? Phew. Guys, it looks like we'll be stationed here for a while. What happened? The scout spotted a catastrophe brewing. With no catastrophe messengers nearby, we should stay far away as possible just in case. We can't risk it no matter what. Catastrophe, huh? It's rare to see one raging in the wilderness. But we have plenty of experience dealing with Originium in Kazdel, so no need to panic. Where's W? She's with her team. Need her for something? I'm not sure. She's changed a lot. Do you think her personality would change that much just because Teresa is gone? She's too calm. It's unlike her. When we found her on the battlefield earlier, she still had that cynical, sarcastic expression. If anything, she's only gotten worse. It's odd. I never thought you'd be perceptive enough to pick up on these subtle warning signs. Are they that subtle, though? Are they that subtle? Thinks he would call his friends and summon them. No, I was fuck you, chat. I was just planning to block him in and fuck him up, right? If we'd have had Shaw, you know, we'd have done the old pushy into point cone thing. You know? Because that was meta. I don't care what anybody says. Even though we didn't have point cone on the team. Still. Save the jabs. If W's being quiet, that's warning signs far from subtle. W, she... Oh. Loving E1, E1 Night. Yeah, man. I really enjoyed this game, actually. Look, the clouds are converging on the other side of the mountain. And the air pressure has changed drastically. Is that a catastrophe cloud? You know what, like... Obviously, I don't mind this because I get it. The scope is here because of not having voice acted. Man, just imagine if this stuff had voice acted, like high polished scenes here. Like, this game would be like It's peak anyway, but jeez, it would be. It would be insane. Chewie wouldn't have stood a chance. Right. Ken Knowles. Right? Some people might think out the box, right? You know? I'll piss in the box and then throw it out the window. Whole nother level, man. You know? You gotta... In a few years' time, you'll come to a realization and be like, oh my god, dude was right. It might not be safe to station here given the size of that thing. Notify all air forces to retreat 50 kilometers along our original route. Find W and make it quick. Don't take orders from you. You know, the feeling W gives off now. It's just like that thing. Raging storm. Without point can't being in the team. You know, formalities, man. Like, technicalities. Right? Huh. What are you doing? The wind is so strong here. I'm enjoying the catastrophe. What else? Are you insane? What do you say? I can't hear you. I forgot you're always a lunatic. Don't get the sarcasm on your team killed with you. I already told them to evacuate with Holdura. I'm not stupid. Huh. W, I'm telling you, be careful, damn it. You're the one who should stay back. You're not going to make it if you fall down there. And you think you will? If you don't want to die, get your ass back here. What the hell are you two doing? Ask her. She insists on clinging to me. Fortunately, we didn't lose anyone from W's team. Otherwise, we'd get court-martialed long before we got to join reunion. Let's all head back and rest first, and wait for the news. What's wrong with fighting during a catastrophe? Are you afraid of the storm? Or of erypathy? I'd just rather not die an early death. Let's get ourselves ready. It'll be a real special experience. Ines, what? I'm not upset. It's not like we're a couple of ornery kids you have to break apart. I can say that W did a good job taking care of her team. Rare to hear you say that. Say what? I've no idea if she's just a lunatic or if she's... God damn it. She's no damn storm cloud. She is the catastrophe. You're in a good mood? Of course. There's some news. You don't get to hear it until we're out of this trash heap of a country. That can't be why you set our rendezvous point right under a catastrophe, right? Are you trying to get me killed? Hey, don't put it that way. Do you know what the biggest perk of being a lunatic is? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to know. But I already have a pretty good idea just from following you, boss. That's right. It's this craziest shit you do, unless others question you. The Rhodes Island already left Kazdel, right? To be specific, we don't have any reports of a landship that big getting taken in by Theresis. Can't speak. Good enough. So we do have a lead after all. Hold up a sec, guys. Me dog's going mental. She wants to fucking play. That's what she wanted. We have more and more fresh faces on the team, but I feel better knowing that I left Kazdel. among those travelling with me are both friends and enemies. It's always been volatile like that. Mercenaries don't care too much about the past because, for our kind, life and death are easy to come and easy go. Maybe because the war ended too quickly. We immediately plunged first into the next battle without ever tasting a moment of peace. What's going on, Crystal? Reading the title, Chapter 6E1. That is actually really impressive for your first time playing. Congrats. Well, thank you. Probably watching me, wouldn't think it was that impressive, if I'm honest. We stumbled in the dark a little bit and managed to fall into some W's. The kind of hope could just be another poison. Since the beginning, we've always needed a war and conflict to ease this balance. W is the best example of this. She's long become drunk on it. Welcome, warriors from afar. War has never been something that can be avoided. I've always known that, of course, but at that moment, I truly realised it. War has permeated every corner of this world. It always has, ever since the first sentient thing was born. And we will become mired in it again. Galula! Soon your E2 behaviour will get corrected. We will be there. We will be there. Originally objecting continues to generate corners of air for all prides deployed downstream. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we've got a enemy entrance here as well. That to stop you putting all your units here, I guess. Okay. Let's see how we go with this team, and then we'll switch it up. You, I've seen you somewhere before, comrade. We've met on the battlefield before. Hey, you shouldn't have come to Chernobog. Everybody here has the intel on Rhodes Island. You're all going to die here. No matter how good you are, you shouldn't have been able to get through W's defensive line. Not unless, by the looks of things, she ended up making that choice after all. In fact, we all expected it. Some of you fought with us side by side. Teresa was an exceptional leader. She changed the way many people see this patch of dirt. But it was an idealized viewpoint. You don't need to argue with me. I know better than you, the cruelty that Kazdel has faced. Nor do I want to deny her. But for such a tremendous effort, I just want to see some semblance of results. Only by the Regent's hand can a new future come to Kazdel. There's not enough goodwill to go around for everyone. We could have tried to work together, or at least so that we don't have to die together. A naive notion. How are we supposed to set aside our years of discontent as Sarkaz? How are we to write a long history of wrongs? Ursus and the uninfected, Reunion and the infected, Kazdel and the Sarkaz. It's all the same. I became more convinced of it during the time I spent working with the Reunion. His Royal Highness, the Regent, can open a new home for us, and I've chosen to chase this opportunity. Just as in the past, you still naively cling to Teresa. That's enough. Since W decided to let you through, you must have also paid the price. What did you give up? An underling who died to buy you time? Or maybe your own soul? Man, I can't fucking speak! Tell me the name you go by now. Don't mercenaries also use code names? Dawson. But you're right. Stop resisting. The 12 other members of your team have been eliminated. Leifa, Mimi, and Thumbtack died after being surrounded by Reunion casters. One died on her feet. Mary, Macron, Slink, and Scorpion held the section that W broke with their own team. Millim, Tipsy, and Mudflower took one of our teams down with them. One of them fought her way out to the trap, but Hedera's swordsman got her head. Unexpectedly, Ter died down. Ter? Is that Silent Pete? Ter? Died downstairs over there not too long ago. Apparently tried to save some civilian who didn't have time to evacuate. Slana's still breathing, and we took her in, but she's probably looking for some way to kill herself. What? Nothing to say? Also, 07 to air operators, right? Stop hiding. I know you can hear me. I can see your shadow, and I can tell from your ragged breathing you're badly wounded. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. When they say... Oh, okay. That's Scout. Oh, I thought it was just some rat... Okay. Why do you know their names? W told me specifically for the occasion you guys keep some kind of dog tags on you. At least you have to know who you killed. This isn't Kazdal anymore. It'd be bad if you killed the wrong person. I was on dog tags, and the operators we lost weren't all soldiers. I thought W would finish me herself. She would, you believe me, if I told you that she doesn't have the heart to do that? You killed the leader that the Regent sent. She's not the only one who wants to take over, so she has her hands full. Like the agreement you had with W. As soon as you complete your mission, we'll annihilate you with all our strength in hindsight. During the firefight, you even took the time to rescue someone. That's not any of our business. Hatred is over there, so there's no need to bother with that. Good. You've all changed. W was not the kind of person to go out of her way to remember the names of the dead. Yeah, she did change, but she's only become more of a lunatic. Your experience on the battlefield is pure, like Faust's arts. Who's to say that this was not just a ruse to trip you up? What if she only wrote down their names so I could toy with you with my arts? It sounds like her. She would never miss an opportunity to have some fun. Same with you. Didn't you also agree to this crazy deal that only W could come up with? Trading my life for an opportunity, then letting those who should take that opportunity follow through. There's nothing crazy about that. Just like those who sacrifice their lives, they died for their own ideals. Without them, I cannot succeed. It seems like everyone's changed with the passing of time. You two, you never would have given your enemy time to breathe, like you're doing now. Odera should have warned you. What? Man, I hope they return to the implementation of an NPC having optional dialogues. Elite Operator Scout. It's when the Doctor didn't rely on Mr. Delta to clear most of the content. Basically, W let Doctor's group escape in exchange for Scout killing the Merc leaders. The rest he sent to give up his life. Remember when W suddenly let you go in the main story? Yeah. What? Why are you still resisting? He's gone. But don't think you can get away so easily. This way. No doubt, this is the way. He's fast. Tricky bastard. If he wasn't injured, I might not even be able to keep up. Wait. He's heading towards the middle of the city. That's where... Damn it. What are you after? So close to the core city. Why can't you just get out of Chernobog? You really don't act like a sarcas at times, Inez. I never was one. You should keep pretending that you are. You are a sarcas mercenary, and this is the battlefield. You can't even run anymore. You've lost too much blood, your head is spinning, and your limbs are going numb. Your shadow's the only thing that's still burning. You shouldn't be able to stand. I'm well aware of my own injuries. Besides, this place is crawling with reunion. But for the lot of you, Odera, and also W, I have a suggestion. For Her Majesty's sake. Use those eyes of yours to see the truth and don't die in vain before that. We Sarkaz should not allow others to continue to use us. Are you talking about my arts? What am I supposed to be seeing? What? This? Who is this? Why? Tallulah? Sarkaz? Impossible. She saw me. There's my chance. That was like a putting on the ring moment, yeah. I see you. You know, when fucking the Eye of Sauron. Long time no see. You. So you're alive. I've been following you this whole time. I figured Inez alone wouldn't be enough to handle an elite like you. The price to pay for this information is your life. And though we never planned to show any mercy, I did hope that you would. But now, we can't give you any more chances. You're too close to the core city. W doesn't want anyone poking around over there. Sounds like she's the captain now. You always... I'm sorry. Sleep now, old friend. You should not stay here. I know, old friend. I've known that all along. Aldera, you hesitated back there. Why? Hurry. We need to let W know immediately. She's coming. Correct. Okay. Alright. Where are we coming first?
Observe and determine the form of infection. Such data will be useful for research.
Shit. I'm just gonna want to fucking spam the shit out of these guys coming through here.
I'm listening. Ooh, we're counting on you again today, little apple.
Like, what's the deal with this over here? Shit, what? Which path are they coming straight down here, or are they coming through here? Can't really see where they're going. This bro's gonna go up here.
There you are. Roger.
Oh, fuck.
Archinit charging.
Hey, dummy, bring it on.
Oh, that's a good placement, to be fair.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
Oh, I see he's fucking runner, guys, yeah. Shit. I think we might have a problem here. Fuck! Okay, alright. Okay, so if we drop her back, then we should be okay, yeah.
That's just the end of Act 1.
Or maybe just put her back there then. I think we're good, yeah. I'm gonna, I'm gonna drop what's it. I'm gonna put in Super's favourite. I'm gonna put in Super's favourite. Yeah, the OST's banging, yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Don't worry, you got me.
You got me, babe.
We're counting on you again today, little apple. I won't sleep on the job.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
I won't sleep on the job.
Here I am. Gather around me, guys. I'm ready to fight.
Ready to fight.
Here's something yummy for you. Roger.
No one note right behind you.
Take aim.
Yo, fucking, she's... I love a bit of Ascalon, man. Love a bit of Ascalon.
No need to cover up.
Oh, whoa. Elite Reunion Tubes use special attack cause explosion dealing splash damage. Oh, shit, bruh. Shit, bruh. Okay,
Archie charging. Look, Zaro, do not disappoint me, my friends.
No one knows my plan.
do any of these dudes just turn left out there? Fuck. I need to get some heals down, man.
Here's something yummy for you.
Can we? Ooh, that's gonna be a problem, right? That's gonna be a problem, that is. Shit. Fucking. She's just trying to tag him over here, like. Yeah, I don't know if any of these dudes are just gonna turn on her here. Or what?
The show hasn't started. What are we waiting for? The curtains are about floating complete.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Solid positioning.
What's bro with? Okay. Okay. I thought bro was just gonna turn on her then. Yeah, we're good, yeah.
Meet your
We're good.
Oh, almost does that. Got it.
That's okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yo, Delian, what's up, dude? Tallulah changed. The first time I met her, the feeling she gave him was just like that of her Majesty Teresa. But Her Majesty has always been tragic, burdened, and she knew more about the secrets of this land. Tallulah is different. She's wrathful, just calm enough. Still, a zealous anger burns within her. Though they were different in many small ways, they had the same kind of strength. Or maybe people like them are similar in many ways regardless of their strength. This anger gave rise to reunion, which attracted countless followers. But soon, she changed. Her daily work has turned into incitement, provocation, destruction. This is no longer a revolution for the masses of infected, but rather the same kind of over-engineered conspiratorial war that we have seen in Kazdel time and time again. Yo, Billy Bob, what's going on, dude? I did, yeah, Delian, yeah. Season 3 starting this week, yeah, I need to catch up on the anime, yeah. She hasn't caught up yet. If we really run into her head on, there's going to be trouble. You shouldn't use your art on Tallulah. This isn't the first time either. We must always be careful of what we see. Something must have happened to Tallulah. We have to tell W. We've got a lot of heavy suspicious of us thanks to W's little plans. Do you want to make things even worse? What exactly did you see? Old Tallulah was just a rebel. She freed the infected and gave them an opportunity to fight back. Now, there's no effort made to curb their base desires. There is only mindless destruction and killing. It doesn't prove anything. I'd say the other races have always treated the infected. They're not like Sarkaz. You don't understand. Behaviour by itself isn't a big deal. I'm talking about the consequences. Tallulah, she's sabotaging reunion on purpose. Why? Don't you think the situation feels familiar? She's an excellent leader who can rally ordinary infected into battle and win. But she's the only one who could dismantle the very tower she built, piece by piece, totally undetected. I could even say Tallulah herself is just a slightly fancier brick, something that can be crushed at any time. Are you saying that it's just like 3 years ago? But he might have always been like that. He did it all without hesitation. He was just good at hiding it. Tallulah isn't like that. Her change was too sudden. Her shadow, as if there are two shadows, but I see no traces of arts. It's more like a set of ruins, ancient and imposing, still full of lingering power. The nature of your art is very special, but your feelings are too vague this time, and I can't base my decisions on vague feelings. But W needs to know. Quiet. We've already been noticed. Anything we do can be used against us, can be used against someone else. You understand this, yes? Do you think we can survive a second Babel incident? I'm not sure. I know W can't. I'll go find her. Dawson is dead, so she should be the new leader. Wait. If Tallulah really has her eyes on us already, if you do this, I can't wait any longer. Don't give me orders. We're still the same rank. Thanks whoever just subscribed. Appreciate it. Yo, what's going on, Woxu? Rip the coldest yet warmest roads operator. Yo, the Frost Nova arc was great, man. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I say that this time is the first time we've disobeyed your orders. You shouldn't always overthink things, Aldera. W should be right ahead. Once I cross this alley. Isn't that the base camp? What is she doing? Anyway, I need to hurry up. Who are you? Affected? What do you want with me? What's your tone, devil? First, a few mercenary teams defected and enemies started showing up in the city. Your bunch has made too many mistakes. Too many mistakes? Did you really think our leader hasn't noticed? Out of my way. I don't have to listen to your whining. You have to answer to Tallulah. I know. After I report to W, I will then report to Tallulah. There's no need for that. That's not the kind of answer we need. What? Are you serious? We got attacked. The fighting spread over here. Inez, one of the mercenary team leaders, is dead. What? You're not going to identify the body? Fighting was pretty noisy. It's drawing a lot of attention. Blow the whole street now. Is that Inez dressed up? Got it. Wait a second. Reunion also needs people who fight like her until the very end. I understand. Take care of my family. They're still back in town. Of course, I promise. Make his corpse look a bit more... Yeah, just like that. W will notice soon. Let's go. Was that Inez? Not letting Caldera follow. Turned out to be the right call. Turns out they decorate the streets of Chernobog. Birch trees. Huh. It looks just like that old place with all the shadows weaving together. Reunion casters are all female. Ah, okay. Jeez. Yo, this story's getting kind of peak, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie, guys, man. Or femboys, you know. Okay. Fair play to this person. Because, like, some people have been uploading my stuff onto Bilibili, which I'm fine with. Like, fuck, I'll react to people's content. Although it's a bit different than just uploading it. I don't mind at all. Somebody actually reached out to me saying that, like, you know, they want to re-upload my content to Bilibili, and they'd put all links in and all this sort of stuff, but they're just asking for permission. I was like, you know what, I really appreciate, I was like, of course, I was like, I really appreciate you actually bothering to message me, like, you know what I mean? Shout out to that dude. Oh shit, I didn't even pick up on that, you know, Ken. I didn't even pick up on that, I'm not gonna lie. I think your content is worth spreading and have the respect to ask it. Yeah, it's nice, nice. I was gonna say, like, not that I expect CN to be like an aggressive towards my kind of content, but it's been quite nice actually seeing some of the stuff up on Bilibili, and people have been like, you know, pretty positive about my content over there, which has been kind of nice. Birch trees like in Minecraft. Really thought Inez died at the time. That W on the map is really good about it. Fuck that now. I'm kind of tempted, though, I'm not going to lie, but no. No. Oh, your video. Yeah, quite a few of my videos have been uploaded to, Billy, actually. I'm totally cool with. Yeah. I think if I search Tales of Past Pixel Tree, it'll come up there. Yeah. No, again, some of them getting decent views as well. 5.5k, 7k, 6k, 20k. Probably enjoy somebody new engaging in the story and see. Yeah, because I'll say a lot of people was like, you know, it's nice to actually see. Obviously, you got to go off the translations and stuff. So it's like you know, comments like, you know, it's nice to see a foreigner actually engaging with the story. Somebody who's actually interested in exploring the world and stuff like that. Somebody like, you know, appreciating the universe, appreciating the music, that kind of thing. I want them to import every inch of Holdera's huge bakery into a 3D model into Enfield. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I know who I want to see in the game, man. I want to see my best wife, the unemployed wife, you know what I mean? That's what I want to see. That's definitely what I want to see. Oh, I'm just checking my emails again to see if I've got anything from NTE. Don't look like it, boys. Don't look like it, boys. Looks like we're getting cock blocked by the devs. Looks like we're getting cock blocked by the devs unless we get lucky on this raffle fucking thing. I don't know if there's like a round 2 because it says round 1, so I'm assuming there's going to be multiple rounds, right? If you fail. Call her wife but never eat her for months. Two more days to buy Riedel from the shop, by the way. Would help if I fucking would type chat. All of a sudden, man. All of a sudden. All of a sudden. It's like millions of voices cried out in pain and went silent. Who's been stealing from Genshin Impact? All of a sudden the gacha revenue means something. Yep. 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 You know it's gonna. You know it's gonna. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna call it there. I could go longer because I haven't got to pick Rosie up, but I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry and I'm getting a bit of a sore throat as well. So I think I'm gonna double dip tonight. So give me like an hour or two, yeah, to get some food and chill out for a little bit. Now I think we might come back and play some Persona maybe and some Haunts racing. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Normal time tomorrow, so we'll be like 40 minutes earlier than what we were today, with some more Arknights. We're gonna continue on with this. We're gonna bash through some stages, and get back to it, man. Get back to it, guys. Okay. So I do appreciate everybody hanging out today, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Share it to everybody, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button as well. Hit the like button on the stream. It helps out a lot as well. There's some Hans videos in React Smash. Ooh, we'll have to check that out as well then. Have a good meal. I don't even know what I'm having yet. You know, I don't even know what I'm having. At least finish DM8. I need to go eat, man. I need to go eat. I'm starving. It's like 5 o'clock now. It'll be I'll be too late. We can carry on with this tomorrow though. We've got all stream tomorrow to do this. There's nothing going on in the gacha space, so I don't think we'll be reacting too much on stream tomorrow anyway. So yeah, guys, I'll be back a little bit later. That's the plan anyway. If I don't see you later, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much. If you haven't watched it, guys, check out the video I uploaded earlier on as well. And maybe we'll upload our gacha revenue video, eh? You know, maybe we'll upload our gacha revenue video. It matters now. It matters. The crazy gacha situation and why it matters. I'll catch you all later, guys, on Face Drop.